hear me. Fuck's sake. Honestly, what is this energy with people not wanting the truth out? Aries moon's the truth. Gonna come out whether you like it or not. Karmic energies. There we go. Moon conjunct Saturn. I bet you I would. Do you know what? I could like people. People can think I'm para for saying that. I know it's the truth because that's happened like for years in a row now. I bet you that was again energies, angry energies sending me vibes so that I spoke for like 10 minutes or 15 or longer and it was all mute because that's what's just happened on the shorts. Two of them were mute. I thought it was free. Two of them were mute and then I realised 10 seconds into filming the first one that I was mute. So I just put that up for a laugh. So, but anyway, so I put up the mute ones because I felt, it was things that people needed to know. You can intuit, you can tune in from the cards, I think, without me speaking. But on that first shorts, yeah, I recapped it. There was the two legal cards from two different decks came out. So either there's a huge injustice or it's actual legal situations that you've dealt with in the past or presently or omens for the future. There was things about fake smiles. I'm just recapping it while I remember. There was obsessive lover, there was hooked. And it was as I was channeling it, I do my usual. If you're hi Tini, how are you? If you're new to me, and happy lunar return, it's Aries moon. Um, like I was like, it feels like you've got somebody that's really obsessed with you, whether this is how they got you in the past or this is what they're like now and you've left them, or whether it's a present thing, beware. Like it felt like this is like really obsessive karmic people that do anything to basically hold you back or trick you. And the thing is, like, I know that's not funny, but I don't want to go into it loads on this because I want to go into it on the Aries one after this. So I'm going to try and let's set the timer. I might even just do this for half an hour to be honest, right? We'll see. I don't think it will be just half an hour, but let's set it for 45 minutes. And if I'm done before, I'm done before. But so when this goes off, it's to remind me to get off here because I'll probably be like, what's that for? But yeah, I want to use what I've just been watching for that one because I really feel it's going to come into it. Oh, is this making sense to you? Yes, me with my ex and trying to get a good lawyer. Oh my God, Claire, you're so tuning in on me. Oh, three. Do you know what? I'm glad it's making sense to someone then, and I know it's going to make sense to more than just you. I bet you it'll be making sense to the divine feminine females like yourself. Sorry, the divine masculine females like yourself and the divine masculine males. But it's either things that people have went through in the past or it's happening now, or like I said, it's omens, and that's why they were muted. And I've just recapped the best I can on the shorts, and I'm trying to remember the stuff now. But I was like, this is so toxic. Like I was kind of like, but before I realized the mic had died, I was like, right, I think I might just film like two of these, like tomorrow's and the next one, and then stop. But I ended up filming right up until Friday. So I'll film Saturday, Sunday, and blah 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 on Friday. Better remind myself. Because I'm not using that deck again. Obviously, it was needed to clarify and confirm for some people. Either I feel what your person's going through, but please do not be delulu, right? Unless you actually know 100% that your person is going through that, you really don't know, right? But I mean, fuck, pray. Like, sorry to laugh, but fucking pray for them if they are, because it seems like these karmic energies are like obsessive, hooked, toxic. Wolf in sheep's clothing came out. I mean, I'm being guided to my bird on the wall, which is about a friend in spirit. That's always my sign that a best friend in spirit is trying to speak to you, and you know what I mean. So again, it's mediumship Mondays we're doing this. So, I was getting the other day there that I think it was actually last week that your loved ones in spirit, your guides, your power animals trying to warn you about people around you that are fake. And I just said that in the shorts there as well. One of the only, there's not many people that I really, well, I suppose there is. There is and there isn't. There's a lot of people that I like watching on YouTube, but there's not tons of them that I personally feel close to. And it's so interesting that, like I said, I brought that through a few days ago, and then I saw somebody else I trust bringing through. It's honestly the same energy, toxic frenemies, gossip as well, big time gossip coming through. I've picked up on that, and also I've just realised I forgot. Well, I realised before I went live, I forgot to do the hand live today. that people have been really liking. So, well, unless it is just because it's vertical, I really don't know, because they get tons of views. They're getting over 100 and 140. We don't get views like that. So I really don't know if that's real or if it's fake. See what I mean? It's like Aries moon exposes the truth, and it's kind of like, what's real, what's fake? But anyway, I'll need to set an alarm on my phone, because I did think I was going to forget, because I'm tired today, because my niece stayed last night and she woke me up at 8 in the morning. Sometimes I wake up at 8 in the morning anyway, like, but because I don't sleep, because I'm always like fucking checking she's breathing and shit. Do you know what I mean? I've done that since we were babies, and it's I just couldn't sleep. So I am quite tired. So I think I'll be quite timely with all of this. But um yeah, what horrible energy though. So I'm sorry for all of you that are going through that. So Tani, if you're really resonating, really, really horrible energy. Like that fake smiles card came out. So, and I always just think you can just imagine what that girl on the card took. Like, oh hiya hen, how's it going? Or it's like one of them fucking fake fuckers that'd be like, I've said about a million times, if I ever see anybody like that in the street, that that I vaguely that it's like I'd be like crossing the road. Do you know what I mean? I'm not entertaining this. You don't like me, I don't like you. Fucking walk on by. There's so many people that do that with, mind you, but well, no, there is. There's probably quite a few. But do you mean not anyone I feel that strongly about? But I can just I can definitely think of a few. And I just can't stand it. Like, do you know, if you don't like somebody, fucking stay away. Why pretend that you like them? And it's just really shitty energy that's coming through. Fucking right, it's getting me annoyed. But and like I said, it's annoying that they were mute, because they really flowed those messages. But like I said, the cards are really clear. You can see what they say, so it'll make sense to whoever it's meant to make sense to. There's definitely a lot of divorce stuff coming through, big time breakups. I pulled that card in the mute ones. I think it came out in the ones that have got volume 2 about it's a guy with a box saying moving. So I'm tuning in. I feel there's a lot of, oh my God, no. Coming out of a cage, and I've been doing just fine. The Killers, Mr. Brightside just came on, and he's taking off your dress now, whatever, you know what I mean? And I can't, it's killing me. So anyway, that kind of feels like a vibe with it as well. It's like, it feels very dramatic. It feels like either divine masculine, male and females are presently rumbling who is fake, phony, false, karmic, toxic in their life, whether it's lovers, frenemies, fake friends, same thing, family in some cases that have not got your back and putting you down the wrong path. Because like I said, I want to talk about, I've been watching Once Upon a Time today, right? I was obsessed with it when it first came out, 2012. And then I just got a feeling, you know what I mean? It's my guides that get me to watch stuff. And so it's so fascinating because, the episode that I've just finished watching is all about, I don't want to go into loads of detail because I feel it's for the other one, but I'll quickly say it's what Once Upon a Time is about if you've never seen it. And if you've never seen it, where you been? It's brilliant. I think it had 7 series. It might have even had 9, and I'm sure I stopped watching somewhere halfway through, unless I forgot the rest. But I'm that old, I forgot it anyway. But I'm remembering the ones I'm only in. Like, I'm only in the first series right now. But basically, the episode I've got to is the whole thing is about, it's a whole village that are under a spell, and they're all just doctors, teachers, shop owners, all different kinds of professions, and they've forgotten who they are. But who they really are, obviously this is like make believe and all that, but it's like who they really are like characters, like from, like, say, like Disney films, or like Snow White and Cinderella. So it's really cool, and it's not for kids, by the way. It's for 11 and up. It's definitely adults, but it's kind of like, I just loved it when I was younger, and I still love it now, and it just came back to me to watch it. But like I said, the episode that's really stuck out to me is, it's, so bear with me, it's like timelines, right? Have you never heard of that, Tani? It's brilliant. Once Upon a Time. I think it's on Netflix and Prime and wherever else you can find it. But it's kind of like, it's like, yeah, it's like what I talk about all the time. It's like timelines. So basically, the modern timeline that they're in, right? The Prince Charming character, or whoever it is that's hooks up with Snow White, is in a coma, right? And everyone's kind of like, he's not going to wake up. So I knew, it's like they're telling me that's like spiritual awakening, right? And then the wee boy is the only one that knows the truth, and he's trying to convince everyone, like, you're all under a spell. You're actually Cinderella. You're actually Snow White. Blah blah blah. Right? So it obviously sounds fucking nuts. So again, this could be symbolic of anyone. That just happens to be a child, but I mean, it could be a child that's come actually. And here's another amazing synchronicity. Not only is it Leo Sun children, Aries Moon children, but my niece, the first thing she said when she woke up this morning, well, she's always really cute. She's always like morning. She always like gives me a big hug, but she just came out with. I'm not going to say what she came out with, but she came out with something, right, like really quite random, and I was like, where's that came from? And I was like, you had a dream or something? She was like, no, I just felt like telling you. Like, I was like, okay. So like, I'm like walking through the kitchen, make myself a cup of tea, try to wake up, and I'm like, this kid, man, she's a Pisces with an Aquarius moon, and she is really psychic, right? But it was quite specific in what she said. So obviously, I'll tell you that at another. We've got another little psychic on our hands. But I said that when she was born. She's her name. Well, I'm not telling her name, but her name means high priestess. So and my sister doesn't really like anything like this. So like it was totally divinely meant. When it's just flooded into the mum's consciousness. But anyway, long story short, in the particular episode that was sticking out to me, he's in a coma. She's a teacher that's going to read to him because the wee boys managed to be like, look, even if you don't believe me, please just go and read. That's your true love. You're the only one that can, wake him up. Blah blah blah. And so of course she goes along with the storybook. She's reading to him in the hospital, and when she's getting to the bit about love being never ending and blah blah blah, and even if you don't see each other for thousands of years and stuff, you'll always remember each other. His hand goes like that and grabs hers. And so she's kind of like, okay, this is a bit weird. This kid's telling me that we're, meant to be, and he's just woke up to me talking. So again, it's like the divine feminine waking up, their true divine masculine, right? But here's the other kicker. Oh, this is annoying because maybe I'll say it here and I'll say it to people when I do the other one. If you want to see more to this, watch Mediumship Monday. But it's because it's while it's in my head, you see. So that's the modern timeline, right? But in the other timeline where they're the characters, what's happening is he's meeting Snow White, and it's like they don't like each other at first, and then they start to realize there's a chemistry, but he's already engaged to somebody else, and it's not really that she's maybe nasty in that as such, but the other girl's being manipulated, and it's all for like because it's like it goes back to the old timeline where it was like you had to marry for money and all this kind of stuff. It's like it's a forced marriage, so it gets across that in the modern day timeline it doesn't feel right to him. He's like if I'm maybe married to you, like I can't remember you, and Stacey's mum is on. I always feel like that might be something like an interfering mum. It's like funny if someone's called Stacey, but it's like I mean someone will be. But you know what I mean? It's kind of like, but actually there is a lot about there's no interfering mums, but there's a king, so it's like a dad that threatens the man to be like, you better marry the other one. And so anyway, what was really amazing, because that was the one I finished watching when I came on, and I was like, this is so fucking amazing for this. It's not amazing for happening in real life if you resonate, but I got what they were saying. It's like in that he's remembering the other one that's the divine we'll say in the divine feminine in this case, right? So like Prince whatever Charming is remembering Snow White, so he's like he tells the other one he doesn't want to be with her, and he races to meet the real one, and she's been trying to convince herself not to get involved with him because he's married, and she's like, this is wrong, and he's like, look, I don't remember that's my wife. You're the one I'm in love with, I don't know, so it's all kind of, what I mean, it's a fairy tale, so stay with me on this, right? It's like someone awakening, like in the Matrix, like this doesn't feel real, except that's the woman, that's like, how the fuck am I married with two kids? And like, what I mean, I'm feeling like I'm in love with you. It's all, if you can keep up with me here. But I don't know if I can fucking keep myself with this, but it's interesting. Like right when the teacher one has been like, right, the main character's like look, when you said, I realized when you were saying before you didn't want to be him when he was married, fair enough, like that's good morals and stuff. But if you're saying he's actually came to you and said that he doesn't want to be with her and he wants to be with you and he's breaking it off, like go and meet him, like you feel the same kind of thing. So the girl's like, she's Snow White, goes to meet him. But it's like, and I kind of wasn't paying attention, but I was like, oh my God. And it grabbed my attention. When they meet, it's like a spell's cast over him again, because from the other timeline, he's been manipulated and he's been threatened that like something like, oh, I can't use these words, but I'll do something to your family basically if you don't like go ahead with this. The king was like, because it's something weird. It's like twin brothers. It's very confusing. It's like, oh, that all confuses me that bit. But basically, it changes the modern timeline. So the guys went from saying, "Look, I don't want to be with her. She's not my wife. Can't remember her. Like that doesn't even feel like it doesn't feel real. Like um, to being like, sorry, I'm actually starting to remember her, and like I can't be with you." And so like the Snow White character, so they say that's like a divine feminine. She's like, so wait, you're telling me now you do want to be with your wife and you do remember it? He's like, yeah, but what he'd actually remembered was something else. It's like it's a trick. Basically, it's a spell. So in modern times, that's like again gossip and slander and something manipulation to confuse somebody to make them backtrack. So, but basically, yeah, then he's like, but I have got feelings for you. And she's like, what the fuck do you want me to do with this? So you're saying you want to go back to your wife. So anyway, you know what I mean? I think I've recapped enough of that. If I need to, I'm not telling the whole thing again, another one, hopefully. But I can see how in this reality, like with twin flames, it's like I feel either a divine masculine was making their way to you and they've been pulled back to the past, like, manipulated by an ex to go back to the ex, or manipulated by karmic friends and family to go back to the ex, or whether it's got anything to do with children or not. It's usually got something to do with children, especially because what I was saying about all the children energy with the Leo and the Aries moon thing. But it's not always, it's not always that, but that'll be strongly as well. But or they actually did do something like in that program, like they actually did come to you or make some sort of contact and said, or indicated or something, either saying like I want to be with you, and then they've bottled it and went backtrack, either through their own fear or sorry to say bottled it, but that's what came out and that's what it seems like it was. Or been manipulated by other people. So take what resonates, leave the fucking rest. I feel like going now. It's like I'm joking, but no, I can see it's quite funny. My Venus and Aries is in the house of Leo, so if it being Leo Sun, Aries Moon, that's my creativity. You know how they use the films and the programs and songs and yeah, I know like lots of people get guided synchronicities and that, but again, I've never ever seen anybody that gets it as full on as me and can translate the films and the programs and stuff. Specifically songs, yeah, but that's how they use my creativity, and I could do without it when I'm really tired. But also, the moon is conjunct Saturn right now too, so it's serious shit. So that's why I put in the title, moon conjunct Saturn in Aries, assert those boundaries, get serious boundaries. Oh my god, sorry, I don't know. That's because I wrote it before. I didn't, I just put that stress and boundaries. But I can see why now. Like I wrote that last night. I just edited a bit because I can't remember. I edited a bit, but I can see why, because there's so much toxic karmic energy coming through. It's like you really need to have good boundaries. Hi, Heather. Did I get anyone? Yeah, it was just Anita. It was you. I'm going to read what you're saying to me, but strong, strong energy. And again, some people are really needing to take the blinkers off, or you did in the past, well done, or needing to put those boundaries up with toxic friends, family, especially again, because like I said in that series, it's the king who's like the dad that's saying to the guy, you can't do this, you can't go where you want to go, you have to do this kind of thing. So that could be in a modern day, like a dad was like, that's not the right path for you, go this way, or whether you're a man or a woman. But and also though there is a toxic mother in that series as well. She's the evil queen, and it's like the wee boys want to be with his real mum. Oh, it's all again. It's quite gets a bit. You need to watch it, but it's really really good if you're trust me. It's if you're not into stuff like that, I think you even might like it. But I'll get people hooked on it, and there you go. There's a series you can binge on. But anyway, let's get into some mediumship Monday. I think these cards that I found earlier, I think they're for. Yeah, I think they're for the Aries first house, but it's tempting to read them on here, but I'll put them there. But I'm just kind of like, I'll put them there so I remember. Right, so basically, I'm going to burn the sage because. And wait a minute, I'm going to do that. Sorry, I'm going to do the wee bits and bobs that I usually do to. Um, let's see. Whew, take a breather. Um, don't think I'm going to have energy to do the 30-minute ones. A lot of people, by the way, so, I'm putting in the stuff that I normally do about when you want to, you know, you can just donate and I'll pull you a couple of cards. I'll explain all that in a minute if you're new. Or, hi, Michelle. Michelle, I would be surprised if you resonated with that craziness. Absolutely. So you might want to rewind. But it was all basically, I was saying that on the shorts, I'm picking up on toxic karmic people, whether it's your toxic karmic people that are watching men and women, because basically, usually all the people that tune into me are the divine masculine, if you weren't aware of that, whether you're a man or a woman. Um, and although I do have some divine feminine females that tune in, but they tune in silently. Like I do know that. But well, actually, they might not now, but I know that there used to be. But basically, no, let's just put that in. Or it's like, karmic people of your person. So take it where it resonates. Right. So that link is you can either get a 5-minute message, again, might be a bit more than 5 minutes, and I'll use whatever cards I'm guided to. Basically, I'll set a timer for 5 minutes, and if I'm going over, I'll go over. Or same thing, I'll set a timer for 15 minutes, and then that's the £25 one. I normally have another one that's 30 minutes, but I've not got energy to do that tonight, so I'm not doing that. But I will be holding space for the 30-minute ones in particular on Friday, because I'm going to do a live where we do the Gemini reading, the third house, and then we go into the Lionsgate portal. So I'll be sitting there after midnight. I might not go that far past midnight, but I probably will. You know me, because I'm just going to use I'm just going to use the rest of the weekend to pretend my mum and dad's house is my own and use their garden, because they're going to be on holiday. So and I'm going to need to just rest and it would just be quite nice to be away from my own house and feel like I'm on holiday, even though I'm really not that far away. And I won't be jealous at all that my mum and dad are going to the place that I had a goal that I wanted to go this year. It was quite funny because my mum was like, "Well, you wouldn't have wanted to come with you." I was like, "Nah." Do you know what I mean? No, my mum and dad. I love my mum and dad, but I don't think what I mean. They need to. I'm an adult and they need their holidays to themselves, and it's. But I'm a bit jealous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy for them. They better take loads of pictures and stuff. And I will get to Ireland before the year is out. Trust me. I thought about that, even if I need to go my fucking self. But I'll know you need to go myself. My cousins, I've got like family that are Irish and that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I need to go. Right. Okay. Let's set a goal. So, I'll put 30 minutes. I'm just going to put thank you because I can't be bothered writing anything, and it's right. Okay, now I'm going to see what you're saying because I just needed to let that all flow through. So, welcome if you're here all the time. Thank you for tuning in, and welcome if you're new. If you're here all the time, you know how this goes. I haven't done Mediumship Monday for a while, so you might want to listen in to the reminder for the newbies. But if you're a newbie, welcome as well. Thank you so much. I feel quite emotional. Oh, thank you, Tony, for that donation. I'll get to you. We'll probably just do it in this, actually. I'll probably just do it after I do a bit of the collective. But and Heather, would you like yours as well? Don't donate though. Heather, I'm warning you, don't donate again. Heather donated 2 separate times and she said it was for coffee, but I said I would give you a message as well. So I remembered that from the last time. And anyone else, if I happen to bring in a loved one, if I happen to bring in a loved one in spirit, like if I'm pulling somebody through and you identify it as yours, there's no obligation at all to donate or whatever. It's just the luck of the draw. Again, if you want to, thank you, but you don't have to. And like I said, if people want to donate just using the inbuilt YouTube thing, I'll pull you a couple of cards as well. And if you want a free couple of cards, it's normally more than that. I usually do that on the Leo moon. So that'll be sometime around the Leo new moon eclipse. I think it's the 12th. It's somewhere around that. So it's soon. What else? Yeah, basically, like I said, this is called Mediumship Monday. I might not bring through a loved one in spirit, but I probably will bring through at least a couple. But I don't know. I just leave it open. I'll just do a bit of collective energy. I'll do these personal donations that we just got there. I think that's it. And usually I was quite in a flow consistently of showing up every Monday to do this live. Sometimes I do it pre-recorded, but I stopped doing that because I was burnt out and I needed some time myself. Blah 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 blah. I think I'll be here next Monday. I won't be there the Monday after that, but yeah, I think I might bar one of the Mondays. I think I might get back in the flow of doing these again. Yeah, and I'll be finished these big ones. I think it's like I'm doing this week, and then I think it will end next week, and I'll be needing the rest because it's very full on energy. And if you've never seen me do the big sign ones, you'll see what I mean when you watch it. Right, so let's get a scripture. You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. So 26th of March should be significant. That's one of my best friends' birthday. The name of the Lord is a fortified tower. The righteous run to it and are safe. And the 18th of October could be significant too. And right, I'm just going to read these comments now quickly, and then are you okay to wait until I do? I won't be ages, but I'll just do a wee bit of a collective energy. Maybe pick one of the bigger cards or something, and then yes, me with my ex and trying to get a good lawyer. Yeah, it's so crazy that it does seem like the silent ones are probably for you as well as whoever else. Oh my God, Claire, you're so tuning in on me. This is insane. My ex has been trying to bring me down big time. What again? After what I already know? Well, you need to book a session. This is what I help people with. Like we sort it out in the spiritual. Again, all above board, just cut ties and clear energy and protect your energy so that these toxic people can't you know basically so that it's not an injustice, because too many people win in court and stuff and they're the fucking liar and stuff. So seriously, I haven't slept for 40 hours because it's just, oh my God, wow, shit, that really must have been for you then, eh? What's this that's just come on? A song called Light Bulb Moment has just come on. Well, yes, that absolutely resonates because wait a minute. Oh, it's off one of those films I've just watched. Light Bulb Moment. It's from Voicemails for Isabel. The title of the film I think is just amazing. Not, I don't know how that goes. Oh, it's just 30 seconds. But it must be when the guy's realizing that he loves her or some other light bulb moment. But again, light bulb moment, electricity, all that's got something to do with it. It's given belated Aquarius moon, but again, the North Node's got. Oh, that does make sense. Yeah, someone's having a light bulb moment. They're awakening. It does with what I've channeled. Um, uh, I'm sorry you haven't slept for 40 hours. That's horrible. Pray for me. I absolutely will pray for you. And actually, I'll tell you towards the end of the week, but I'm doing a lot of clearing moon energy, detoxing, and yeah. Basically, if you want to book ahead for the healings, they're going to be very strong I mean, it's strong healing a channel anyway because of my Pluto conjunct my Scorpio rising and lots of other reasons. My moon conjunct my Uranus is electric energy as well. But I can feel the healing buzzing out my hands right now actually. But yeah, because it's the Lionsgate portal and I've got a lot of astrological placements that really connect with that. I'm very connected with Sirius and the dog star. That's why I love love this time of year. Everyone knows that if you've followed me for ages. Even if you've not followed me for long, you've probably gathered I love Leo season. But yeah, the healing will be really strong. So if you want to book ahead to get one of the bigger ones, like the 30-minute ones, because I'll not do a lot of them. Once a few people book that, I'll close it down because I can, like I said, I'll need to see what my energy goes like. I don't imagine there'll be loads, but you can also book like the 15-minute ones or just the usual, it'll just be the usual. But I'm encouraging if you want to have a longer, what I mean? I mean, to be honest, I do the healing that quick. The 5 minute or the 15 minute is fine too. I shouldn't really be saying that, but it's true. Like somebody said to me years ago, you heal people in the first few minutes, but it's just people like to talk about their experience. And you know what I mean? That's healing too. So and there must be something to it because I sit on these things for fucking hours and I don't charge by the hour either. I probably should at some point, but I don't know if I ever will. Because that would be a very expensive bill if I'd done that. But you know, lots of people do. That's beautiful. Oh hell yes, big time gossiping fake friends. I'm sorry to hear that, Terry. Hopefully not current. Hopefully that's in your past. I do that with my kids and my nieces. I can't remember what I said now. Oh, that's his fake ass partner for sure. Saves acts like that. Oh, is that the one you said that? Wait a minute, I don't want to get mixed up here, but are you not the person the other day that said your ex partner's with your auntie? And I was horrified. Like, talk about toxic. You know what I mean? Yep, my ex won't let my son go to my nephew's 8th birthday. Oh, that's horrible this week. He's been so, that is a piece of shit. That's horrible. Oh, prayers for that. That's terrible. I don't know why I just done that. I don't need to do that, but I did. And yes, Once Upon a Time is amazing. Whether you're a woman or a man, like honestly, I don't know what genre it is. Fantasy, kind of fantasy, fairy tale. But again, like, you know, since a kid, I mean, my favourite film is, I say everyone's my favourite film, but, you know, one of my up there's is Back to the Future. Makes so much sense when I help people jump timelines and past life healing and all that. And I loved Quantum Leap as well, like anything that's like that. Again, when that came out, I was absolutely hooked. It's got all love stories going on in it and stuff as well, and a bit creepy at some bits, you know. But that's why I googled it because I thought my oldest niece would love that, but she's only 8, and it's saying advisable for 11 up. I think she would be all right watching that, but I better not. But love kids and their random things. Yeah, both my nieces have said amazing things from when they were really, really wee. But yeah, that my youngest ones, I call her my mini me. We've got a really special connection because our Venus is the exact same degree. So that's what I said. Like, if you know astrology, like Venus is love, right? But it's any type of love, and we just love beam each. I love beaming the two of them, but like, say it's like, you know, if things are a bit hyper and it's better to like kind of split them up or something, she'll always be like, want to come with me. Do you know what I mean? Whereas my other niece is like all about my dad. I mean, they're both all about my dad, actually. They love us all, but she always kind of wants to come with me because I'm just really quiet. I know on here I'm not, but you know, I'm just quiet and very chill. Like for ages this morning before she left, we got her all ready and that. But I was just sitting for ages and I needed to do some like business stuff on my phone. And like she was, what was she doing? She was watching something, you know what I mean? So but we're just really content with each other. So, because that, I mean, that just happens that that's my niece. So it's a lovely auntie niece relationship. But if you say your Venus conjuncted like your best friend, you'd be like totally in love with them, or like your lover, that would be amazing. But you know what I mean? It's kind of, or any family member, it's just you really on the same level. Um, and she loves whatever food I love as well. It's really interesting. Again, and remember I said that time I'd just bought myself a denim jacket, and my sister the exact same day or the day before had got her an identical denim jacket. Really weird stuff happens all the time. It's not a movie, it's a series. So Once Upon a Time, and like I said, there's either 7 series or 9 series. So there's plenty to watch there. I'm keeping up. Oh my God, talking about twins, I'm sending you an email and you have to have a look at my twin nieces. It's so cute and so, oh yeah, oh no, totally. Um, um, and hello, Heather. I said, how are you doing? You sneaked in there and I said hello to Michelle. Is that right? I think we're catching up now. It's been nearly a year since I've been watching you. That's crazy that that's went that fast. Wow. And yes, basically, Michelle, it was just basically me recapping on the shorts I just filmed that were silent and then a recap. So if you want, check out the shorts after this, and some of that might be for you. I'm going to go into it on the next live stream, basically. I'm sure all of that toxicity, unfortunately, will come into it. And hello, Katie. How are you doing? Um, yeah, he sure has. I know I've been wanting to book a session. I just haven't had the money. as I've had to get my tattoo. Oh, what tattoo did you get? Amazing. And again, if you're, because I know you well, you know, no pressure at all. But if you want to email me and let me know that a date you've got in mind, and if you want me to set up um, the invoice thing, that's no problem, because I was foreseeing that people, I think near enough, I don't know about everyone, but I think majority of people might need the part payment because I put my prices up. So you know what I mean? Because that's a lot for me to pay someone too. But I mean, I would do it. I have and I would and I do. But I would probably need to pay in a couple of bits as well. Really depends, you know what I mean? It depends if when I ask God, I'm like, right, I need this amount of money for that. Sometimes I do get in a lump sum and you have to put it, you know, if you ask for it and you get all it, put it, you know, because it came out of nowhere. But I'm not going into that chat. I talk about that all the time, you know what I mean? Karma with money. If you ask for it for something, whether it's something like this or a bill, make sure when you get that money out of fucking thin air, you put it to what you asked it for. Don't go and fucking spend it on something random or even something, you know what I mean? Like trust. It's about the law of reciprocity and trusting but yeah, just email me. You know I'm not gonna pressure you or that. Just but unfortunately for people I don't know well, if I've never met you before in the Zoom, that's a tricky one, isn't it? I don't think I can do part payment for you like the first time. So you know what I mean. But again, if I've had, then I know you anyway. You can email people, whoever you are, just ask. I've got good boundaries, so I'll soon let you know in a polite way. So I know I've been wanting to be. Oh, I've just read that bit. I have another 8 hour 8 hours coming up on Friday, so I've paid out so much money. Fucking hell! What the hell are you getting? You're covering your whole fucking body. Are you dealing with a narcissist? Oh yes, I can answer that one. She absolutely is, because most of my clients are dealing with a narcissist or quite a few somewhere. Oh yes, I sure am, Heather. My ex and my biological father. Yeah, sorry to me. You do heal people in 5 minutes. Thank you. But yeah, that's what I said. It's my step auntie. Fucking disgusting. She's probably the fake smiles. Here. I'm sorry, that's maybe a bit too far, but it's quite funny. And I think she deserves it. In one of the shorts, it was fake smiles and then caught a case. I don't know if it was in the same shorts. So that's her, because that's dirty. And then also there was another one where I pulled dirty off her. I think I don't remember seeing that card. I think that was the first one that was silent. Dirty offer. It's like someone accepted a dirty offer from a dirty. Do you know what I mean? A dirty soul, a dirty whatever, man, woman, blah 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 blah. You know, but again, your auntie running off for your ex, that is diabolical. And I don't ever use that word. Hello, Becca, how are you doing? um I'm like, that's a really inappropriate joke, but I mean, again, I'm laughing. I'm 100% sure I can feel my fellow Aries auntie laughing in the spirit world, telling me she would never do anything of the sort. Um, my other auntie happily married, and my other auntie is my favorite auntie, again happily married. I mean, it's just yeah, that is disgusting. But this shit happens. And I'm very sorry because it isn't actually funny to me. It's disgusting. You're a beautiful person with a beautiful soul, and that woman should be horrified of herself and him. Ew. Ew. You know what I mean? That's all I've got to say to that. Usually I've got some type of compassion for the karmic people, but I'm sorry, I can't find any tonight for that pair. That's disgusting. Um my whole right leg. What are you getting on it? An animal or something? A panther? You've already got a panther, haven't you? Oh, that would be awesome because I need my therapy from you. Yeah, just email me. It's fine. Because again, I'm not like doing as much. Like I actually am feeling really good now, but I don't want to go into things full steam. So I feel it's just the people that know me really well. If you email, see what days I'm working, and we can work something out. It's fine. Um, right, I actually go to sleep, but the lower part nearly foot killed me 2 weeks. Oh my god, I've only had a butterfly in my back when I was 18, and I went into my hair poker straight, came out, and it was frizzy because I was in that much pain. And it also looks like it's just been stamped on. It's terrible. Um, that's Bob the butterfly, and then I've got my butterfly. That's the tattoo I made up myself, but that was like somebody getting a bit of glass and carving it in. I mean, I love that. I've never regretted that, and I never would. But when I got it, it was pink and purple wings, and they're not getting recolored or whatever you call it, because that was agony. But I love that. It's like very unique because I made it up. Um, uh, Poorly to. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Becca. Well, hopefully, listening to all this craziness, you can get a bit of healing. Because, like I said, I've been doing some deep healing on myself this week. So, if you're receiving healing on here or one to one, or when I do the Lionsgate portal on Friday, I feel people are going to feel it in a stronger way. So far, it's been 24 hours total spread with a 2 week break getting tattoos. Oh my God. I just couldn't. I would love one with words. I've always wanted a tattoo with words. I might still do that, but I could never make up my mind. There was too many things that I wanted, and I could never make up my mind. I just don't think I'll probably do it now. Yes, send a picture, and then I can put it up somewhere. Oh, you can laugh at my situation because I laugh, but it's disgusting. But I laugh because she worked in a brothel, so he will. Oh my God, so he will catch something. So that is quite literal. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't even know what to say to me. I really don't, other than what I've said. I mean, thank God you're away from these disgusting people. And see what I mean about when I'm saying karmic family. Hello. I mean, that's a really fucking extreme. When I'm talking karmic family, I'm talking your mum or dad's got too much to say bad advice. They meant well, but they sent you the wrong path. You know what I'm saying? Or a sibling or that is whatever, or I mean, but your auntie running off your ex is, that's no your everyday thing, and it's no funny. It's fucking disgusting. And but yeah, did you get a tramp stamp tattoo? Well, I guess that probably is what that is. I think Bob the butterfly is that, isn't it? I wasn't meaning that. I was young and wanted a tattoo, but yes, not many people have seen Bob the butterfly for obvious reasons. But Um, it's not like right by my bum or anything. It's just kind of it's the lower back. It was made to look classily like it was flying up my back, but I think it just looks like I've showed Bob before. I don't think I should try because I'll end up showing my fucking arse or something. Um, if you really want to see Bob, I'll do it and I'll just make sure. um, I've done it before though. I'll send a picture for sure, Heather. I've got totems which is a praying mantis for one tribe, and my other tribe totem is ocean, and my personal totem is turtle. I got so much done. I'd love to talk more, but I'm not able to. Becca, just take care of yourself, and I'm sorry that you're not feeling good. Um, I have my son's names with angel wings as my traps. Yes, you can show it, and we'll send it to you, Heather, so you can see it as well. And right, okay. Let's do something. So we'll do some collective energy, and then I'll do your messages, girls, and then I'll go on to the. Wait a minute. Now, is that alarm going to go off? When did I? We've only got we've only got 3 minutes on it. See what I mean? That's why I was like, oh, wait a minute. We're going to be. What time is it? Let's put. When this timer goes off, I really do need to think about going. But yeah, I've set it right. So let's pull a collective card. And then I'll just go into your messages, girls, because I think it is what it is tonight. Where is the book for that? Oh my God. I mean, it was a mess when I finished the other night, but it's even more of a mess. This is in danger of driving me nuts. What's that card? See if it's that fucking gossip one. No. Oh my God, they're just confirming what I've already said. Look, personal guide, guardian angel, spirit family. That's your guardian angels, your spirit family, your power animals, being like, woo, 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 red flag, warning, warning, for the people that aren't seeing through people. Or, yeah, I don't know, but that's like, fucking hell. Right, okay. Also, do I need to fix my hair? Because it's went very flat. Priorities, guys. I only usually wear a middle parting, which it doesn't look like this is a middle parting when I'm wearing my hair up, but I suppose it's all right. It just doesn't look. It was curly, and it's like not at all curly. But it was so funny. My oldest niece, she was like, "Can I do your hair?" And because I'd never usually wear it straight, and I had it straight, I was like, "Oh, all right then." And she put it in like it was such like a 5-year-old hairstyle. It was like it was really good though. It was a fishtail plait, but it was like a ponytail and then a fishtail plait. And I just wore it along the road, and then I just kept it in overnight. So I thought my hair might have been like mermaidy, but it wasn't really. So, right, is that better than? I'll just wait and see if that's better. Um, I can wait for another day. No, you don't need to. I can do it today. I don't know if that's better. Anyway, just maybe it is better. Yeah, I quite like that. Right. So, what have we got for the collective energy, and then what's this say? Oh my god! Wow, this is totally given Leo extras, like Leo extra season. Yeah, that's not wrong. Extra Leo. Look, I can't believe that. Right, I can't. I don't think I'm going to post it in the community tab. But look, I took a picture of that program earlier because I was like, that's crazy. Because one of the, the divinely times that I filmed, I was channeling like, this king walked up the wrong path to the wrong cat. Like they couldn't find the castle, or they went to the wrong castle. And bear in mind, I filmed that like last week before I've started watching this again. And then I'm guided to watch that, not connecting that whatsoever. And then in this scene, it literally was a prince walking up a path to a castle. Like, so it's just quite funny, really. And also, there was something sticking out about 8:15. So if something happens at 8:15 in the morning at night, there's a synchronicity for someone as well. Where is it? It was only today, so let's see. Yeah, look. So can you see there? Better be careful. I was taking a picture of I was taking a picture of myself and nobody what. It's just I want to record like what I'm looking like when I'm weighing different things. Anyway, whatever. Can you see it's like a man walking up a path to a castle, right? I don't know if you can see that, but just trust me. And then look, there's the castle and the path that I channeled the other day. You cannot actually see that, and also don't you get lost, wee pals. Just you stay down there. Please don't make me stand on that when I. Could you see it? I don't think it showed up. So again, it's going to mean something to someone, but in the what I was channeling the other day, I'll put that one below if I can find it. It came out quite a few times. That's not showing up. It's too bright. I might need to put it in the. Sometimes it does though. I might need to put it in the community tab. Oh, I'm not even doing it when I do that, is it? Oh yeah, yeah. You can't. You could when I done that. I don't know. I don't know if it's that important that I need to. Anyway, I'll put it in the community tab so you can see because it's very, very similar. The only thing missing from this picture is the man walking up the path to the castle. So, that could be symbolic of somebody going to your house, or you going to someone's house. Like, but what a chat. I just said that in Mawan's numbers again. Oh, that's funny. I done that and did you see like last night that? And again, I've not been looking at the time, but my eyes just caught. I just today when I finished, like I normally wash her hair at night, but we were that tired. I was like, right, we'll do it in the morning because her hair was so tuggy, and I'm literally the only, yeah, I'm literally the only one she lets take the tugs out in that. Like, if it's really really bad, like she'll be like, no, no, no. Everyone else, she will, they'll get to do it a bit, but not very well. But I distracted her with everything, and because I used to have to do that in the hospital when kids were getting their jags and stuff. And but it's just the person I am, though. Even before I trained and all of that, kids, and animals and stuff. They do. I'm just good for kids and animals. But basically, and the occasional adult. But yeah, it was as soon as I finished doing her hair this morning, I sat down and I thought, I'm going to check what the subs are at. And then I checked, and it was the number that I had a goal for ages ago. And I thought, right, when it hits 1777, that's going to be a really special time in my life. Like, I love, it's not a particular number that I love, it's one of the numbers I love, but it's just I set random goals with the numbers, you know what I mean? Rather than just like, 5,000 or 10,000 or whatever. And we better calm down with that. That's a while. That might not be a while away though. You see, once you get past the thousands, it can go quite quickly, but it still could be. We just don't know. Um, but but I caught that at my Twinflame numbers as well, like, but genuinely. So it just happens all day, every day, and kind of drives one a little crazy. But yeah, abundance, success, prosperity. So that, and I wasn't even using that deck, and it crept in. Right, okay, so let's pull a dolphin card. This is the collective energy. I brought a castle for my nieces to stick on their walls and fairies 2 days ago. Oh, lovely. It also reminds me of that song, and one of the two films always get mixed up. Huntsman Winter's War, and I think that's the song from that. It definitely is at the end of it. And the other one's the King Arthur one, but it's like, I'm heading straight for the castle. They're gonna make me the queen, and there's an old man sitting. It's really, I think the song is actually about a woman that's like, very actually, it's very this end, it's very Aries moon. It's very like, I'm standing in my power. But yeah, whatever that means, yeah, it's just a good song. And this castle thing just keeps coming up. So right, give us the card. Retreat. Yes, I'll be needing to do that. This is exhausting. That'll be me. See what I mean, everything I just said? Look, retreat, right? And what I was about to say is, yeah, that's what I'll be needing to do tomorrow after doing this and then the next one, because that's what I do. High energy, rest. High energy, rest. Occasionally I might do 2 in a row and then I'll really need to rest. But surprise encounter. So you see what I mean? Like, that's what I'm seeing with that path card. It's like there's going to be somebody walking up the path to the castle. So you're either in the castle or you're walking up to someone's house. But originally you've walked up the wrong path. But it's never the wrong path. It's the path we needed to learn the lessons on, and course correct. Surprise encounter, and some of it could be surprises. So we better read both of these, because it's just interesting. But I'm going to have to show it now, actually, because I was going to show it on the next one. But look, there was only 2 cards that caught my eye, just in the way that it does either fall when I'm trying to get stuff, or they just really get in my face. And it was that one, renewal. Right enough, 20. And so that is, the judgment card, all about awakening. And I started at 2020 as well, right? So and also something could be significant about 2020, but like, huge awakening epiphany moments, that's what came out in the shorts. Review the past and the present so that you can plan a bright future. Understanding your life purpose, releasing judgments for yourself and others. So that's like what I just said, like, don't judge yourself. You've went and lived the lessons you're meant to learn and made the mistakes with people you're meant to make mistakes with to learn, the way that you want to go now, kind of thing. I know it's not always that cut and dry and can be a lot of pain and hurt, blah, 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 blah. But you know what I mean? Generally, I don't like to live with regrets in my life. And I've learned from all the shitty experiences too. Yeah, basically. So, like, even like, so, because I'm like, in the real, because what I was about to say is that, but I'm very, discerning, and I've got strong boundaries, and I don't do casual anything, love, friendship, blah blah blah. But what just popped in my head there is I'm weird, like I'm grateful for the only karmic, the only karmic romantic relationship I had. Romantic never seems right saying that, but anyway, you know what I'm saying, because it taught me so much discernment, and yeah, it taught me loads about everything. And that's like, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like it's because of that experience, like it's a lot of why I'm so good at spotting what other people have went through, are going through, blah blah blah, all that. So I'm even grateful for that. I mean, it's part of my life lesson. But anyway, look, here's a man being like, fuck this. So I do feel this is a lot of divine masculine men and women fed up leaving their karmic situations. The need to move on, seeking more for life than what you're experiencing, a spiritual quest, choosing to make big life changes. So see how both those cards say that. A change in priorities, leaving home. So, and then remember I said out of that toxic deck that I kept pulling the guy with the moving boxes. So, and then there's spiritual haters and wolf. There's basically really angry people that's happening, whether you're a man or a woman, and really stalking, obsessive people watching. Like, and I don't think that's present lovers and ex lovers. I think that's just like toxic, jealous pals as well. Like, it's, and maybe even family. It's fucked up. Like, anyway, so let's read Retreat and let's read Surprise Encounter. So maybe actually after the surprise encounters for the chosen ones, and probably quite literally with that, where this happens, maybe you're going to need to retreat with a lover, or maybe it's, you're going to need to retreat after some kind of shock. Like, I mean, it might be shocking news or something. I don't know. It's giving Leo drama though, which I love and I kind of hate at the same time. It can be toxic as fuck, like what's coming out. But they're my favourite numbers, 1 and 7. Nice. Yes, I do like the comment. I'm more about the 1s and the 4s, but they're probably my next ones. Yeah, she did say that. I say the same thing that life. Yeah, does it make sure you are right? Okay, so let's read Retreat first. 6. And somebody remind me to change the mic when I do the next one. What I'll do is I've not drank a lot of water, but I'll go for a pee just to be sensible, and then get more water, and then I'll start the next one. They're pulling me that one where look, it's Prince Eric sitting watching people having fun in the New Earth. that's what I always think. It just looks like that man's like wanting to join in the fun. Right. Okay, so hello, welcome, Simmer. Do you want me to call you Simmer, or have you got a name? This is my Aries brother Scorpio rising, so same placements. Um, and I'm doing good. Yes, how are you? Because you found us on one of the I just call them the hand lives, one of the hand lives the other day. So there are times when a retreat is necessary. Maybe you feel like a fighter who has been beaten. That is very Aries moon right now. Soldiers retreat from the front line to mend their injuries, recover lost energy, and evaluate what transpired. Hey, that was me the last couple of months. Spend time with yourself without fear of whatever may come up in your thoughts or emotions, whether you stay at home or travel far away. Taking this time for yourself allows you time for a valuable assessment of your deeper self. Yeah, so it really does feel fitting with what I've said. It's like either some of you are needing to go a retreat yourself, or with like close loved ones or something, or friends, or some of you are retreating with a twin flame. So you'll know which one it is. Simmerex, Brandon, however. Well, if I remember Brandon, I'll call you Brandon, but I probably will remember them. Quite good with that. Overcommitment and a packed schedule disconnect you from the inner knowing and guidance. There are times when you become drained from excessive stress. You can get out of alignment with your fundamental well-being when you push too hard in your daily life without taking a break. Sometimes you're forced to pause because of burnout or illness. So, like I just said, I resonate with that because although I was taking time off because I knew it was going to be sun through my 8th house, and that's always brutal. I just, several different things meant that, I definitely was burnt out. And then, of course, I had a near death experience. It was in a car crash. But I've spoken about that so many times now, I just can't be bothered now. So, but again, like I said, I'm grateful for that too, because that has really woke me up to what matters in life. I know it's cheesy. I know that sounds like something out of film. I'm pretty sure that is out of film, but that is the truth. I do feel like that. It's like shifted timelines or something for me in a good way. You can get out of alignment with your fundamental well-being when you push too hard in your daily life without taking a break. Just repeated it. Sometimes you're forced to pause because of burnout or illness. Oh yeah, it must be important because I'm reading it twice. This can often turn out to be a blessing in disguise. This is particularly true if you utilize your downtime as a retreat. Meditation and self-reflection help you re-establish a life of stability. Your self-perception is formed by your past experiences, position in life, work, responsibility, gender, and how your family and friends see you. When you retreat, your self-image begins to dissolve. You're stripped to your self-image by removing yourself from reactionary behaviours and coping mechanisms. When you do this, you open to depths within yourself that you may not have realised are there. You know, that's basically a spiritual awakening. When you go, it depends how long you're doing that for. You know, sometimes you might just need a weekend yourself, but when someone's in a prolonged spiritual awakening or a dark night of the soul, it's like, I'm like a dog, I'll answer it, whatever. That's hilarious. But, you know what I mean? It's so yeah, when you're in a dark night of the soul, or even a heightened part of awakening, or even like myself, like, you know, the heightened awakening never stops for me too. Although I've been teaching people this stuff in public for 11 years this year, it's like and going through my own for much longer than that. It never stops. So that's what I mean. Always stay humble, and you know you can always have, you know, further awakening or epiphanies and revelations and stuff. But it's like I'm not going through a dark night of soul, but I have what I would call mini dark nights of soul, or you know, just like I said, I'm a hermit most of the time anyway. Like that's how my family see me. Not in Leo season. Bar Leo season, I'm a hermit, right? But and it's not even like I'm like woohoo, like big party animal. It's just that I will be, you know, I'm more up for kind of meeting friends and doing things and like, you know, having my night out in the festival and so it's kind of like and then I'll go into I'll go into autumn winter mode again. But it's kind of but that can be explained away by my astrology. I've got 6 retrograde and that's very rare. That is about going inwards, you know what I mean? As we know, when retrograde, everything's going on. Right. So also, see how this is talking about your stripped to your self image. That is what Aries is, the first house, and that is what I'm going to be channeling after this. So um and that could resonate for anyone because we've all got an ego. Like I say the same thing all the time, and I have done for years. You know, in uber spiritual communities, it's like, you know, oh, I've not got an ego, blah 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 blah, and it's like that's bullshit. You would be dead, and you know, boring at most. It's kind of like your ego is your personality. It's who you are. It's why somebody would tune into you or not, you know, or you know, hang out with you or not. So you need an ego. You just need to keep it in check, and you know, check yourself or you wreck yourself, you know. And even at that, I would say that because Aries is confidence, like I can come up against this. If you're confident and you're good at what you do, people are going to be jail. Haters going to hate, you know what I mean? Especially in Leo season, because Leo is about shining bright and Aries is confidence. Leo sun, Aries moon. You know what I'm saying? So what are you going to do? Dim your light because other people are triggered because of their own insecurities? You better fucking not. I know it's tempting, but you better not. Right. So the prosperity of your consciousness and the spacious quality of your mind has opportunity to soar uninhibited, to explore possibilities of your life. Joy and laughter appear like a spring of sparkling, vibrant water. Oh, just like the one I've got here. Reminding me to drink. Oh God, sorry guys, I'm going to check what you're saying in a minute. I'm just trying to get through this. Uncontaminated by social conditions. If you're connecting with nature on your retreat, you may feel so merged with it that you feel the life force tingling in every cell of your body. When you're cleared, your life force can flow freely and enliven you. So, like I said, I'm not on a retreat this week, unless you count me borrowing my mum and dad's garden. Because it was like I would say that to my dad the other day. I was like, oh, I'm just going to hang here. Like, whenever it's a really sunny day, I just hang out in their garden because I've not got a garden. Do you know what I mean? I can always go to the beach, but it's not the same. You know, if you just want to fucking chill out and so whenever they're away, I'm like fucking. I'm not always like there right away, but I missed it. And the thing is, I don't even think it's gonna be that sunny. I think it's gonna be fucking raining. No my luck, um, but to me, it's like a wee holiday. Whenever I stay at my sister's house when she's on holiday, or my mum and dad's, do you know what I mean? It's just nice to be like, oh, my sister's garden's amazing. Like that was really amazing, and I really get on with like the neighbour. I chat with the neighbours and stuff, but just play house that's my own house. It's too big with their house too. I don't like big houses. Do you know what I mean? It's like this flat's quite big, but I love it. You know what I mean? But it's like I like wee house. I've had when I've been in other flats before, they've been a lot weirder and more comfortable. But anyway, roof over the head, can't complain. So by giving yourself the opportunity, you become aware of the things that ordinarily rob you and your life force. There are times when dolphins may retreat from their pod. Dolphins are considered adapt energy managers and cleaners. They're also mad shaggers. That's true. Dolphins are the ones that like to get it on just for fun, not just to create life. Dolphins are considered adept energy managers and cleaners. I just fucking read that bit. Just as you may experience times where you feel overloaded, a dolphin will also withdraw from its routine and clear its energy and recenter. To do this, dolphins suddenly burst across the ocean in a power swim, repeatedly jump for joy, or race aimlessly amongst other pod members. Often you may notice dolphins swimming slowly by itself as it has entered a meditative state. Once they have cleared any stagnant energy, notice how I was talking about that I'm extra clearing my energy this week, and then this is, never a coincidence that's coming up. They rejoin the pod, refreshed, harmonised, and ready to hunt or play. Play. I think that's that women being polite. I just told you what they do for playing. Each of us have unique formula for keeping the life force flowing through our lives. Specific relationships take too much out of you and drain your energy, so give yourself sufficient seclusion for inner reflection to recharge your batteries and your boundaries, because that's what I've titled this. And because Moon is conjunct Saturn, Saturn is about your boundaries. Saturn is retrograde, it just newly went retrograde. So it's all about going over your boundaries and are they any good? Are people respecting yours? Are you respecting other people's? All that kind of stuff. And also have boundaries if you've got toxic energy around you, like what I've channeled at the start. And open your eyes if you're not seeing who's toxic around you, because we've all went through. I don't believe anyone if you say you've never went through a time in your life where you now see how toxic a relationship is or a person or something. Because someone isn't solely toxic, they'll have light and shadow, but you know what I mean? It's not good for you, whatever the connection is. And the blinkers come off and you're like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of things that some people are needing to open their eyes to if you haven't already. So maybe you need to change your profession to the one you enjoy. Sometimes it's a simple matter of reordering or reprioritizing how you relate with others. Yeah, it does seem like Saturn retrograde, because although I love this, like I love my job. I absolutely love it. I love connecting with soul family, and so many people say to me like, "Oh my god, like you do so much, you do so much energy," and also I don't get a lot back for it. I get the gratitude from, some of you, but it's kind of like, the channel's still quite small, the views, but the YouTube lies about all of that anyway. But you know what I mean? It's when you love what you do, you don't care, because it's like you're just keep plodding on. And as long as some people are watching, like I said, I've had even some people in this chat. I remember some videos I've put out that I've got hardly any views, but somebody booked a session from it, and it was a session they absolutely loved. Because whenever anyone books, they love it, because it's what they're meant to get, because I'm just the channel. So if you resonate with me, I'm just the channel bringing through the energy. I've just got good banter, do you know what I mean? But it's kind of like, and also I'm very serious in the session. I'm not like, I'm not fast, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's very slow, and it's more my Scorpio rising intensity. So people in the chat could back me up on that. It's not like this. If it's needing to be fast channeling, it will, but it usually isn't like this. It's more just like having a cup of tea with your pal. But you'll feel great after it and all the cleaning. Right, so consider keeping a journal. So write down all your dreams and make lists of your goals and affirmations. Whatever the situation is for you, dolphins have swum into your cards to remind you to have some form of retreat, to reset your nervous system and get your life force flowing freely once again. Yeah, so whether it's something like myself where I'm high energy, especially if I'm doing loads of big long lives like this, and then the next day I usually just need to completely chill. Apart from, I don't count those hand ones. I'll set an alarm and do that tomorrow, but try and keep it short. Or whether it's something where, like, you're burnt out and you're needing a longer sort of holiday, or step back a little bit. You can decide that, right? So let me just, before I read the other ones, the other one rather, and then I'm just going to do Tani's cards and Heather, and then I'm going to, oh god, that was the alarm to tell me to go. And then I'm going to get on my Aries, because I know I don't look tired, but I am. Well, maybe I do look tired. I don't care whether I look at it or not, I am. Although I have woke up doing this. Glad everyone got a kick out of that. I dated a chick once that tried to say she didn't have an ego. I'm a freaking Aries, and her ego put mine to shame. That's funny because I do always say that about Aries men because Aries is a masculine sign, and when you get an Aries man, you know what I mean. Aries men, I've known a few Aries men in my time, and they can be very in their ego, but I'd imagine you've done some shadow work and got that ego in check. You've got a good sense of humor. But you can't tar everyone with the same brush anyway, because people, people are always saying to me about Aries and that, like, oh, Aries haven't got any patience and that. And that's like the biggest insult to me ever. Patience, I wrote that earlier. Patience is my best quality. And just as well, just as fucking well doing what I do, but like, with kids, animals, people, and it's because of my 6 retrograde. I'm not a typical Aries woman. I probably do seem like it in Aries moon because I'm quite fiery, but um, or maybe all the time. She was a Virgo. I've never done great with earth signs. Right, I only know what my star sign is, which is Aquarius. Yeah, to me, that's not true. I've told you you're an Aries. That's why I greeted you saying happy lunar return. Maybe you didn't even know what that meant. You're an Aries moon and Aries rising. So Aries to me is more Aries than me and you actually, because I always feel when someone's the rising that they're stronger than the sun sign. Um, but I think I just attract any guy that are toxic. Say, oh no, you don't. Perhaps there are things that need healed to not keep attracting the same energy. Not trying to call out, just speaking from my experience. Yes, I know sometimes it can be that and different factors, and just yes, no. Tani has had very toxic people around her, and she's a beautiful soul, and she is doing that healing. But what you're saying is quite right. It can be mixtures of things. I've definitely been in that period of my life where, like I said, I didn't see what was around me for what it really was, and then when my eyes were opened, I was like, "Holy shit! I can't be here anymore. I can't." Yeah. Um, I've had a very hard time for life. I'm 41, so hopefully one day things will go good. But you're so correct in what you're saying. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've heard you tell me, but it just goes over my head. To me, I feel like he was talking to me too. The thing is, a lot. Yeah, if people are on it, we can all take from that. Sometimes it is that it's like you're not. You've not healed that part of you, and you are attract. Like I said, when I've been in toxic situations, it's absolutely probably be. I'm going, but it's going to be through drink mainly. Like I was just being fucking drunk all the time, so I wasn't really awake, not properly. And then when I stopped drinking, that's when a lot more things were just, open my eyes to things. And so now when I do have a wee drink now and again, which is usually just once a year, twice a year, this year it's more than that. Like I can do it safely. Although, see now I'm that honest. I'm like, I did get pissed at my sister's birthday a couple of weeks ago there, and like but even that, like I'm really lucky that my mum was like she knows that I wouldn't want to be a drunken mess, so she was like, right, it's time to go home, and it was everyone, a lot of people were going home anyway to watch the football and stuff, and I actually did come home and make a feast and watch the football, and I can't remember. I was actually looking at the videos. I was filming the telly, and I was fucking it's hilarious. Anyway, just calling myself out there. But I'd rather be sort of pissed, kind of like in my house myself after that than still out there making an arse long before, you know what I mean? And once upon a time, that would have been me. So, well, Heather, me and you will get there one day. Yes, you're both amazing. I went through the alcohol struggle myself. Haven't drank since May of the. Go you? Yeah, I'm very. Like I mean, it's hard to get the time. Like I stopped drinking before the pandemic. I yeah, I'm sure I didn't drink. Like I didn't. I didn't drink for. Some people are knocking it back. I was like having cups of tea and that, and actually being a good influence on a lot of my friends. You know, that I'd be like, look, I still do that. It's like okay, I don't really have a lot of friends that come up to my house. I can count one hand, and that's fine by me. But when they do, like, sometimes they bring drink, or even if they bring drink, they might not drink it. And then sometimes I might join in with them, especially this year. But do you know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes, like, some of my friends will be like, actually, do you know what? I'm not going to drink that. I'll just have a cup of tea. And I've actually been that person for a lot of people for a long time now, actually, for the past 10 years. Because when I went through my big dark night of the soul, just over 10 years, no, probably like 10 years ago, the big chunk of it, I stopped drinking then too. So, you know what I mean? Like, I've had periods in my life where I don't drink, I would still go out with my friends and not need to drink. Sorry, I just burped. That's when I'm clearing energy though. Whereas now it's just, yeah, it's funny again. Like I said, this year I'm blaming Chiron retrograde on my sun. It's not just now, but it's going to go retrograde again very soon. Too soon for my liking, and that'll be the good part of 6 months. So I think I'm going to need some coffee and alcohol and chocolate. Healing too, but and then I'll get back on the straight and narrow next year. But nah, I'm only joking. I'm pretty sure I'll get through it. I just basically want. I don't really want to drink any alcohol again from like September, but we'll see how that goes. I'll not hold myself to it. Yeah. I was daily for pretty much 12 and a half years of drinking. Wow, so go you. Well done. I could never handle anything before after 4 drinks. Haven't touched any alcohol. Well done. Wow. Very impressed with you people. It was bad, yeah. No, be very proud of yourself. You know, it's a hard thing to give up. Like I said, I know I don't know how to say this without annoying people, but like I haven't got an addictive personality with things like that. I don't miss it. Like, you know, maybe it's easier now that I'm older, but like I said, even when I stopped drinking, I was going out with my friends that drink. I was okay with it. But yeah, I think when you recognize you've got a problem, it's wise to, you know, it's not worth it. Like, you know, it was more the hangovers for me. My hangovers were fucking horrendous. Like I threw up again and again and again and again and again. Like even there, like so on my birthday, I was thinking about it the other day, the day before my birthday, where me and my mum went away and explored that old castle. Like me and one of my pals had drank. And I'm just trying to think. It wouldn't have been prosecco because I don't like. I know what it was. It was I had champagne in my fridge for years, right? And I thought this has been sitting there for years for like to celebrate something, and I'm like, I'm fucking still alive. I want to celebrate this shit. Do you know what I mean? So, but she doesn't really like it, and she was like, "Oh no, I'll drink it if you open it." Of course, she was already drinking something else. So I ended up fucking drinking nearly all of this myself and bar a glass or something. So the next day, I think you know, I was so it was my actual birthday when me and my mum were going on a wee train. It was a very short train trip, but oh my god, like I woke up and I was like, the room was spinning, I was spewing. Oh my god, you probably know that it was horrible. I was like, I don't like this is not the life for me. Like no, it tasted nice last night, but not good now. When it comes to things like champagne or that other Cremant is champagne, but you're not allowed to call it because of the region it's from. I love the taste of them, but I think you know you really need to stop at 3 maximum. But as I've said before, when I've been having a few of them in the garden with my mum, as soon as we finished the first bottle, I'm like, right, where's the rest? But not like you know what I mean. It's just I don't know. I think it's the vibes of like I don't know. But there's something about white wine, so I normally don't drink it for that reason. But like I said, this is not a normal year, so I'm just like I'm going with it. It was I got my own soul retrieval not long ago, and instead of me doing what I'd say to other people, you know, cut back on alcohol and you know eat healthy and look after yourself, get loads of sleep. It seemed to be for me get back to coffee after a year and a half being off it, and you know have a wee drink if you're guided to, you know get out and socialize. It's like it's funny, and I it does make sense to me, and that's where it's kind of like you got to know your when you've really done that shadow work deeply and you continuously do it you know yourself well enough to be like, do you know what? If I was looking at me objectively, this is not really a bad thing. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not like, oh, I'm fucking hitting the bottle. It's like, I'm not, you know, it was my sister's birthday. If I had a wee drink, okay, overdid it because I'm not used to alcohol. And then it's like, you know, that was birthday. You know what I mean? It's just 2 times. And then hopefully when I've been out this month at some point that I obviously don't disclose because, you know, stalkers, it's not good to say when you're actually going. I'll just game face it all the way. I always do that. I'm like, you know, so that nobody knows when I'm actually going out. But anyway, I've said all that before, but said it again because it's good just for people to see. Like, I'm not fucking perfect. Do you know what I mean? I mostly have been. That's the thing. I could never say. I can't remember. Like, I'm just trying to remember if last year was a year like that. I think last year was a pretty much like apart from the August, didn't drink it. Didn't drink it at Christmas or that, or didn't drink it in. Yeah, I think the last years I have just had a wee drink on my birthday with one of my best pals. Maybe a couple of times, but it's the hangovers. Don't like the hangovers, basically. But I think if you recognise that you've got an addiction to it, it's not worth it. Do you know what I mean? But easier said than done. But also, side note, if people are watching this and you've got addictions to alcohol, drugs, sex, rock and roll, whatever it is, gambling, I can help clear that really quickly. And I'm not just saying that. I have done that with people with all of these things that they've booked a session and then not went back to it. So that's why I can say that. Best thing I ever did, not that I'll ever never have a drink if there's a special occasion, just don't see any. Yeah, that sounds healthy. You've got in balance. Like I said, I like to think I've got in balance too, but I'm just honest about I'm just like that, you know. It's I could drink the same amount of alcohol and the same thing one night and be absolutely fine, and then another time not be. So that's why I only drink around like the closest people to me. It's just not it's not wise otherwise. I'm so sensitive. I soak up everything. Even when I'm not drinking, if I'm out in a club or something, not that that ever happens, but I have done it in the past. I actually come home and I feel drunk. Like I soak up people's energy. So I didn't cheap night. I didn't need to drink. I just got on the high. But but yeah. I was just playing too much sport, but I wish I could be a drinker. Like, yeah, it's fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't want to advertise this, but I remember saying that to my best pal. I think it was last year, or the year before, and I was like, "Do you know what? I've missed this buzz. Like, it's like at the Edinburgh Festival because you know people come from all over the world. But so I don't think, yeah, I don't think you get. Well, no, you do. You do get in a club too. You know, like maybe when I was younger, you know, if a good song comes on and everything, but it's like there's something like you know there's an atmosphere and it's like you're kind of carried in this wave of like electricity or energy and it feels quite exciting, you know what I mean, but it can go downhill very quickly. Do you know what I'm saying? But I do remember that moment, and like I said last year when we went out, I was absolutely fine. I was drinking all night till like 5 in the morning and dancing till 5 in the morning and still got up and we were both fine, and she's always fine, mind you, but who the fuck's, oh there it is. But like I said, the year before I was fine too. The year before that I was absolutely not fine. Had to put me in the bath at like fucking 1 in the morning or something because we came home very early. And when I say she had to put me in the bath, I'm not joking. I was like, what, 40 at that point, 40, 41. And I can't count. I've only just turned 42, so I must have been 40. Yeah, I must have been 40. And I'd spewed. I woke up and I spewed everywhere. Never done that in my life. So thank God. I would never have lived it down with anyone else, but she's an angel. But I'm telling the internet, so anyway, it's the past now. We've all got a past. See, I'm just being a raw and real Aries. Right. We've just probably lost a few of the new viewers. I thought she was a healer. Yes, I am. And I don't usually drink, but this year's a bit different. I'm not able to drink at all anymore. Oh my God, look at you guys. I'm proud of you all. I'll come and join you again soon. Rebecca is also Rebecca is a Scorpio Sun and Rising, and Venus and Mercury. Maybe some other planets I'm missing out. We always get in big Scorpio moon deep chats when I do the Scorpio one. I was always the designated driver and babysitter, watching everyone, making sure they were safe. Yeah, that's what's weird about me. Like, I don't drive, but I often was the handbag babysitter. You know what I mean? Like, people know I'm very cautious. Like, I'm like paranoid. You know, whatever things you want. Like, I always say that. Like, if I'm looking after my nieces or pals' kids or that, like, I'm so vigilant. You know what I mean? I don't miss a tick. And so I'm like that, you know, if I was watching people's handbags and that, and I never fucking put mine down. Like, still to this day, like, even in a coffee shop or that, I don't trust people. Like, you know what I mean? So, yes. Oh, the older I got, the worse I felt the next day, but I knew a drink would make me feel. Yeah. No, I just can't even. I can't, like, you know, like Hindus and that. Well, Hindus, stag do, you know, I used to, like years ago, like a lot of years ago, like I would be going on all these Hindus and that, and like it would be like, you know, at least a couple of days away. So you'd go out. I remember one, when was that? Liverpool or something. And it was like really messy on the first, must have been the Friday night. And then, you know, it was like something like the hangover. It was like, I'm sure the girl I was in the room, like my friend at the time, I think she woke up with like a number. Like, you know, I think she'd put the number on her wrist and she'd fallen asleep. That might have even been me. I don't know if that was me or her. Honestly, it's that long ago, but we're going to say it was her. But I'm sure she'd put an eyeliner on her arm and then she'd fallen asleep and it was on her chest. And then, like, I remember, like, my other friend come to the door and basically we were all still drunk. And I think me and her started arguing. I can't remember what we were arguing about. I think she was being really bossy. Don't worry, none of these people are my friends anymore. I can tell this story. But it wasn't my main friendship group. It was a friendship group, but it wasn't one that I thought that, you know what I mean? Um, but that was a messy night. But it was the next day. I remember we went. Part of it was like we went to get her nails done, and her wasn't her mate. It was her nails and pampering and that. We were all pissed, and everyone was pissing themselves laughing at me. I was like the fucking life and soul of the party. And everyone's like, "Oh, Claire, you're really funny in that." But you know when you're like, you've seen those memes. It's like, "Thanks, that's my ADHD." Like back then, that was still the truth. But I didn't know I had ADHD. You know what I mean? It's oh well. You know what I mean? So it's quite, you know, funny memories, but at the same time, I'd rather be sober and remembering everything and being, well, boring to most people than that. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people, men and women, will be resonating very hard right now. Um, right, have I caught all these comments? Um, Once you turn 40, it hits different and your body just can't handle it like you're 20. Yeah, absolutely. Heather, it's not, I'm not even, but that is absolutely true. But what else hits you is the fucking weight as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's just hormones, fucking crazy, man. Um, but yes, so yeah, that's how I felt, and I was drinking to mask everything daily. Yeah, I'm loving the raw honesty in the chat, guys. Maybe I'm just really autistic, but I've never understood why alcohol's so popular, like objectively speaking. Don't get me wrong, I used to love a drink with friends. We both mentioned objectively, that's kind of funny. Well, you know, Rebecca, that's not a bad thing. You know, you're like what, 10, 12 years young, 11 years younger than me or something. Like you know, I've heard a few of you that age, like, you know, clients that I've got soul family speak like that. That's not a bad thing. Because it is the truth. Like I said, it's like I like the high of being sober more than I do of being drunk. Like, to keep it real, you know what I mean? I don't feel I'm really missing anything. Um, but when it's a sunny day and maybe I'm with my family or my friends, and you know, it sometimes it's quite nice to have a wee beer in the sun. Who was that? My pal's husband was slagging the other day because all the beers I was saying, I was like, it was like, yeah, you literally like all the shit ones. And I was like, is that beer or lager? I always get mixed up. I think it's lager I like. Because the only lager I like is like Corona. I actually like the taste of Tennants. I had that in my that's another thing. This is what I mean about it being a good thing. My uncle, who's like my favourite uncle, like he loves whenever he comes back, he loves going to this wee pub like near me. It's like, you know, that's he just always goes there because it's a really that's like what I said on the shorts recently. Like I love wee old man pubs and I do like that, but it's just wee and it's cute. And but because I never leave the house, when I stayed out with them on a Friday night with my mum and my uncle, they both loved it and they were both in shock. Like I saw my mum sending a secret WhatsApp that wasn't so secret to my dad, being like, "Claire's actually staying out and she's actually drinking." And I was like, "I know not better calm down because I think she's not too many." But you mean it's like I know that my mum and my uncle really appreciate that and enjoyed it, and I loved it too. And I was fine the next day. Do you know what I mean? That's what I mean about it. It's quite good for me. Like those are memories I'm going to treasure. Do you know what I mean? Um, but yeah, but I'm sure I was drinking Tennants that night. Is the point of why I just said that. But usually I couldn't because that's all they used to have at Tea in the Park was Tennants and Magners. And oh my god, even saying Magners makes me want to vom. Like cider in general. No. couldn't. Like, I wouldn't even be to be polite. I'd be like, no, please just take it the fuck away from me. It's like if somebody makes me a coffee with sugar in it, look, I'm sorry, I can't. You're gonna have to pour that down the fucking sink. Do you know what I mean? Like, sugar in tea or coffee, actually. I just can't. Once you go away from sugar in tea or coffee, you can't. You just can't. Maybe in a cappuccino to be polite, but no, no. Does anyone hear me on that? Side note, I've got a wave of energy, so I can yap more now. Yes, you've caught up in the wave of excitement here. Um, right, back. Sorry, I had to pee. That's fine. You could take us when you pee. We wouldn't know. But it's a legal substance that makes you forget everything for a little bit. You talk. What are we talking about now? Alcohol or here? Um, can you stop me from going back to the little red frogs? Frogs. What the fuck's that? I can't stop eating because I. Oh, are these sweets? Oh, fuck, is this code for something? I can't stop eating because I buy a packet every day. That's my addiction, people. I don't know what these are. What do they taste like? Are they strawberry? Are they? Um. So Claire, you're like a year older than me, I think. Yes, I'm 42. Yes, I got the fright of my life when the bank asked me the other day. It was like one of the questions, to access your own stuff. She was like, "So, could you tell me what your next age is going to be?" And I was like, I paused and I was like panicking, like when you get asked a question in maths class, and I was like, 43, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, I've never had to think about that or obviously answer that, and I've just had a real like I've just had a moment, and the woman was pissing herself. Because you start to forget what age you're at. But I'm like, oh my god, like 42 was sounding really old to me, but now I'm like 43 is my next age. Give me a fucking break. Do you know what I mean? Side note, guys, like I'm looking forward to getting older, but I'm not gonna lie. When I hit 40, I was like, oh yeah, I just feel my 40s are gonna be amazing. I don't know. It's not been that great so far. This really hasn't. So I'm hoping maybe after 45 it gets better. I don't know. But we'll see. Um, life is what you make it. I feel old you are all 80s baby. I was born in 79. Yes, well, you're only as young as you feel and old as you feel, whatever. I have an insane amount of Scorpio placements. Funny things, I'm more like a Sag. Yeah, I've got an insane amount of Scorpio placements. I've got like a Scorpio sort of stellium, really, I would call it. But even if I didn't have that, because the Pluto's on my rising, I'm just like I always say, whoever feels there are a lot of Scorpio, I will see your Scorpio and I will surely rise it. Although you're good competition with that, Rebecca, because you've got a lot. But no, the Pluto on my rising alone, I am intensity. I am intensity personified with that. Like, um, and I own it. I love intensity. Um, oh yeah, I have another 1985 brother. Yeah, there's a lot of you that are 1985. Um, men and women. Um, probably more people that are 1985 than 1984, to be honest. Like when I'm actually starting to think, like, I've got one of my best pals. She doesn't talk, but she might watch 98. She's 1984, and then Charlotte's 1984. And sorry, people out there, I'm having a mind blank. I can't think who else that talks. See, everybody has some addiction, whether it's coffee, soda, your phone, so it's all good. Yeah, exactly. Mine's is YouTube, but I've got it under control because I took a month off from it, and it really made it a lot better. But you quickly go back to it. But to be honest, I'm okay with that, right? Because, and I don't mean doing it, by the way. I always like to stress that. I do love doing YouTube, but I mean watching it. Like, I'll be doing the dishes, I'll have something in my ear, I'll be doing this, and I could have a whole 20-minute video on, and I haven't taken in a word. It's just like I need to have it on. It's like when I've had some people in the past I know that need to sleep the telly on. It must be a little bit like that because I need to sleep with that in my ear. So I always make sure that I put on something that I can predict how it's going to go if it was a tarot reading, but that is dodgy. But usually it's better to have like some sort of binaural beats or hypnosis or something, for something that you want help with. But I go on detoxes all the time from YouTube too because of that, because it just, but so many people are addicted to like YouTube, TikTok, all the things, Instagram, Facebook, like it's too overwhelming. All right, ladies, I got to go get my streams going. Well, you have fun too, and thank you for joining us. Love my frogs and love my coffee, but since my sister fell pregnant, I'm having her symptoms and I can't touch coffee for the past 7 weeks. She's 70 weeks for yes, this is a sister that I predicted was going to be pregnant. And I couldn't even remember. Tani was like, you probably don't remember, but you predicted this. And I was like, what? I wouldn't usually do that. But I think when you, whatever, I can't remember. Like, but if you say so, but no, I do remember vaguely, but it's like, I thought it was already a done thing. Like that to me, I was remembering it like, oh yeah, I thought she was already pregnant. So that's what I mean. Like, I feel the past, present, future like it's already happened. So that's what can be a bit confusing about being like this. Sometimes I'm convinced it's already happened and it hasn't happened yet. It's a bit like what I was saying about Once Upon a Time. It's the timelines affect the other timeline of the past, and it's I do believe that's true. You know, not that we're all fairy tales, and I'm like, well, that'd be pretty fucking cool if it was that, but. People do say I look like Snow White all the time, actually, but nah, that's the kind of thing. When you watch that, I think most people you resonate with the main character, the one that's like been chucked in amongst it all. I would drink vodka and orange juice just so I felt healthier. I hate vodka, but I do if I can't get this. My favourite is Disaronno and Coke. I love the taste of that, and I could drink it all night, and I'm fine on it. But I've since sort of gathered it's a bit of a 70s drink. But I don't know, I thought that was pretty cool. Like, you know what I mean? I thought me and my pals used to drink it about ages ago. But I love that. So, but not everywhere always has it. And the cheap version's like amaretto, which is just the same, but probably not as strong. But yeah, so if they've not got Disaronno, then I would probably have like a vodka and Coke. And I don't like vodka, but it's the Coke masks it, and it's or like vodka and cranberry because you can't something that where you can't taste the vodka basically. And like I said, I love Blue Moon beer as well, but I've learned from that in the festival you can't like maybe I could have like 1/2 pint and then go to my whatever the other ones, but mixing your drinks is not a good idea. That's what I've done on my sister's birthday. And yes, very sick. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of sugar in the tea. I'll have a small dash sometimes, yeah. Oh no, I can't stand it. The frogs taste like raspberry flavour, right? Well, I understand that that sounds good. They sound good. My niece was eating like a stripy kind of them, what do you call it? It's like strawberry, you get strawberry laces, but you also get strawberry straw things. But it was like yellow and green and all different colours. And I was like, oh, that looks fucking good. I didn't say it, I was thinking it in my head, but I was like, that looks good. And I was like, can I smell it? And she was like, do you want a bit? I was like, no, I'm trying not to eat things like this. I was like to my low key my dad, I was like, Dad, the next time you go wherever you got that, can you get me some and I'll eat them when I am eating sweets? Because see, when I'm in the mood for sweets like that, like straws and strawberry laces and I eat them all. Like that must be the ADHD thing. Like I can't just have I eat them all. Like fruit gums as well. Oh my god, they're my favorite. Eat them all. And I love chocolate too, but and sometimes I can be in a mood for both. But yeah, I drank Fireball and it was so to the point in the morning to feel better from the night before. What the fuck is a Fireball, Heather? Don't know what a Fireball is. Remember Jaeger bombs? Oh my god, they were hell on earth. I would just like, oh, you could not pay me. The last time I was at a wedding, which was a few years ago, I like because it was like my younger pal that was getting married. It was like they were all like, "Come on, let's do a shot," and then I was like, "No," they were like, "You've changed." I was like, "I'll take the photo." Do you know what I mean? But it's I have changed. I can't shots. No, no way. Um, like yeah, Jaeger bombs. They're horrendous. So the smell of them is just horrendous. Like the whatever it was, the because some people drink those energy drinks on their own, eh? They're just disgusting. Yeah, you sure did. Oh, I used to like this random quote. Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. Right. Or like I said, it sounds a bit funny. I was like, all right, or champagne. Like, yeah, cannot stand cava. Although I'm pretty sure when I got desperate when it was my sister's birthday the other week. I'm pretty sure when it was just kicking about and she hadn't drank it all, I'm pretty sure I filled a wee plastic cup it. That's how desperate I got. And then that's probably what sent me over the edge. I did say that to my mum. I was like, I think it was because I do remember doing that. And it was like, and then, yeah, it was just funny. I couldn't find my keys and then I found them in a secret part of my bag. I put them in the secret part of my bag because I knew I'd lose them. And then I couldn't remember I put them there. So my mum found it quite entertaining. We eventually found them. They were that secret, yes. But yeah. Anyway, sorry if this has bored people, but I think we've had fun. So I'm going to read this last one. The smell of Jaeger and classic Red Bull makes you feel sick because of Jaeger. But yeah, it's disgust. That's it. Red Bull. Oh my God. It is so horrible. Given absolute love is the other one there. Disgusting. Right. 31. I tell you what's, oh my God, I just opened it up at the bit. What's not disgusting is Tequila Rose. Oh my God, that's what was all the craze with the best clubs I've ever been in my life that I went to when I was a teenager. They're nothing like that now. They're shit. Because I've been in some of the same bars and they're just the biggest load of shit with teenagers. But obviously it's because I've gotten older and it's but like seriously, the music was better, the people were better, it was just better. And it was before the pandemic lied, you know what I mean? But that's actually, yeah, that club, that's where I met my twin flame, that club I'm talking about. But yeah, Tequila Rose is amazing because that just tastes like strawberry creamy stuff. It's like Bailey's, but like strawberry stuff. Try that, people. It's nice. Just remembered I rarely ever bought my own drinks. Pretty privileged as a definitely. I think I saw shorts about that the other day. Yeah, yeah. You see, Becca, that's where me and you differ. I don't, like I said, I don't trust people. I wouldn't be. Yeah, I wouldn't be just letting anyone buy me a drink. I'd rather buy my own drinks. Like, me and my pals would do rounds, but I didn't let guys buy me. Well, maybe like I think when would I ever let? I think the only guys I would let buy me a drink are if I bumped into guys from school. Do you know what I mean? Like that's really the only time that I would let a guy buy me a drink. Or like obviously it's family or something, but I'm not just letting a fucking random because they fancy me. Because then I'd be like, they're going to expect something else, and it's you just getting an awkward situation. So I'm like, nah. Um, it's been so fun. Well, I'm glad. Oh, tequila rose with gold schlager. What? You mix it with something? Oh. I'd only drink a drink I saw being poured. Yes, for that reason too. Because yeah, but I'm not even meaning because that's the other thing. They could put something in it, but I'm just meaning because it's like if it's just some random guys like, do you want a drink? And I'm like, yeah. Like, okay, do you just like take a drink and walk away? Like, I couldn't do that. I would feel bad. But then if I wasn't interested, do you know what I mean? So I'd rather just not interested, not take the drink. But that's why people used to say it was like I had fuck off stamped on my forehead. But I've got Saturn in the first house in Scorpio. It kind of is like that, along with the Pluto conjunct my Scorpio rising. Kind of is. Like I said, intensity personified. I'm either not talking very much, or what I am saying is going to have an impact, or blah blah blah. I'm like this. So, it's usually some of these things. I'm the same, Claire. I would never take drinks off anyone. Yeah, I'm just very serious in that way. You know what I mean? Thunder vodka's good. No idea what that is. I've only ever had one creepy bloke buy me drinks. Um, well, that was lucky then. So what was the guys that want to buy you a drink? Is it like guys you were interested in? I thought you were meaning you'd let them buy you a drink, but like, see you later. Because I do know people that would do that in the past and probably still now, but I can't. My conscience, I would feel bad. I never let anyone buy me a drink because they expect it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm like, Heather. I'm just like, nah, you know what I mean? This is just going to get awkward. Yeah, that creepy bloke was also my recruitment sergeant. Should have been able to. Oh, Becca, yeah, I remember you tell that. Yeah, that's disgusting. Yeah, you should be able to trust these people. They were friends and friends of friends, army folk too. Yeah, yeah, you got to be careful with these army guys. I mean, you can't. They're not all the same, but we'll move on from that. Oh dear, bad memories. Right, okay, so most of us experience day-to-day life as a relatively habitual, predictable series of circumstances. What this card suggests is something different altogether. Those synchronistic, seemingly random events become bookmarks in the story of our lives, like this very random life. This happenstance could be an opportune meeting, something precious that is hidden, an instant attraction, like we're talking about, a close call, coming across something exceptional, connecting with your angel or divine existences, or a surprise connection in a meeting with a dolphin. And remember what I said about the dolphins? They like to have fun. Surprise encounter. Oh, and that's relevant because it's Leo season, 5th house, casual, fun, and Aries, moon, passion. So there's a lot of passionate energy, but you see, you can channel into something fun like this and talking shit on a chat. You know what I mean? It's not shit though. It's it's bonding. We're all bonding, talking about hangovers and alcohol. It's helpful. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, if people are watching, they're bored, they can just fuck off and watch someone else. You know, fuck off with love, or fuck off and join in and be nodding along but not chatting because you're scared to type. Come on, one of the scared people, just say hi. It's not that scary. Surprise encounters can be unceremonious and unplanned interactions with people that sometimes happen by intention, but often unexpectedly. What does that mean? Something about this meeting ignites a spark that leads to a surprising development. Informal meetings that generate a surprise encounter typically come from a weak connection, a connection with someone you wouldn't normally engage with creatively. I think she's got a lot of innuendos in this. In this encounter, you relax your guard and unexpectedly pursue their sentiments and participate with perspective. Can I just say now before it happens? I'm going to use a different mic for the last one. But if this dies, right, instead of people putting a microphone, which I originally always said put a microphone, that keeps going over my head, right? I keep just thinking people are like, yeah, Claire, drop the mic, boom, we love it. And no, it's been Katie telling me the mic's died because that is the emoji I said. But now we're going with the mute, right? So if I see mute symbols, I'll know instantly, hopefully. Unless I'll be like, yours are all telling me shut the fuck up. Right, where did I get to this? In this encounter, you can relax your guard and unexpectedly pursue their sentiments and participate with their perspective. In some way, the situation leads to an explorative engagement. Yeah, this is definitely she's talking about sex, isn't she? Like without saying it. When we are in a mindset of exploration and curiosity, we're more likely to conceptualize diverse chunks of information in a connecting way. The more we remain open to this, the grander the energy for visualizing something different to occur in our lives. A hidden treasure can also be a blessing discovered at the close of every challenging situation. You essentially want to find the silver lining in these circumstances, as every hardship has a reward if you wait for it to show itself. A surprise encounter could be concealed at first but surfaces as a gift or of some kind of indulgence or treat. Like your little raspberry things, you bash on with them. It could also reveal itself as talents or parts of yourself that you have not yet discovered. Does anybody hyper fixate on what you eat? Because I eat the same thing every day. Like when I get up, like for a few years I wasn't eating eggs, even though I love the taste of them. And now, like I have, like I've said this about a million times, but I have like I need like it's not always it's sold out a lot, but I need the sourdough with olives in it, avocado, and boiled egg, and then Tabasco sauce. And if I was being a bit more fancy, I'd put some parsley on the top, but I'm, that doesn't matter. Salt and pepper. And it needs to be that flaky salt. I have that every day. Treat myself like a fucking queen. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, why the fuck not? That's unconditional love. Um, and then if I've not been able to get that bread, I just want like, toast the real butter and the egg. For some reason, the avocado and the egg is not the same on normal bread. I'm like, nah, now we just need the butter and the salt and the eggs, you know what I mean? But that's quite good because like years ago, not that long ago, I think it's maybe been about 3 years ago now, I was eating bacon rolls every day and I saw nothing wrong with it. And I still seen it. I don't think that helped the weight, and I don't think that helped for but I don't regret it. I fucking love bacon. I still love bacon, but now I just have bacon like if I go out and eat somewhere, which I don't do that often. Do you know what I mean? And then I really enjoy my eggs Benedicts because I don't have it every day anymore. Maybe occasionally I might sometimes like buy bacon, but not really that much. You'd think it was a Cancer or Taurus moon talking about all this food. Um, a hidden treasure can also be a blessing discovered at the close. I've read that bit. You essentially want to. I've read that bit. A surprise. I've read that bit. Wait a minute. A surprise encounter could be concealed at first, but surfaces as a gift of some kind of indulgence or treat. It could also reveal itself as talents or parts of yourself that you've not yet discovered. It could be accessing your true self. Yes, I eat the same thing every morning. Yeah, I think a lot of people maybe do. Um, exactly. We aren't scary. We're just happy and crazy sometimes. Exactly. And we certainly aren't fucking boring. Surprises can show up in surreptitious ways. What is that word? Be prepared but not expectant of at any time for a surprise. It may take your breath away. Oh my god, that's okay, that's a bit weird. I actually said that. It must have been at the start of this or in one of the shorts that something's going to take your breath away. I don't know if it was in this, but I've said it somewhere, so it's either the shorts or here. Um, make you giggle or enchant your inner child. And that, you see, that's the energy we're in tonight. Like, this is, I love it when it's the Leo sun and the Aries moon. It is just so fun because it's double fire. You know what I mean? Um, a surprise is an awareness of a phenomenon you feel concerning the unforeseen. It is something that inspires attentiveness and stimulates your curiosity. The sentiment of wonder is commonly displayed by an open mouth and wide eyes and physical reaction to amplified excitement and attention. If you want to see an example of that, which obviously I'd assume nobody needs, but if you want a laugh, I put up a wee 15-second shorts of me realizing that I'd just filmed two shorts with no sound and they were powerful messages. So I was like, I thought it was funny, so I put it up. Contrast this with our facial expressions when bored or disinterested. Predictability results in condensed attentiveness and lessened excitement. The sense of surprise grabs our attention and piques our curiosity, so we're motivated to explore and discover something new. To many individuals, dolphins are just light-hearted mammals that enjoy swimming at the bow of a ship or in the wake of waves created by a travelling boat. The sensitivity, perception, love, and wisdom teachings they offer to humans stay concealed to those who have not yet exposed their hearts to surprising gift beneath a dolphin's eyes. A dolphin might surprise you by appearing in your introspection or dreams. Oh, and on the next page, it's the man that's sitting on the beach bored, wanting to join in all the fun. You may be that man. You may be that woman. Or you may be the dolphins having fun. I like to think I'm the dolphin having fun, so come and join. Right. Actually, talking of that, I think it might be time after I do the personals to move on to the man that is going on to the fun. Because this man's like, fuck this. I'm out of here. And again, you could be a woman, man or a woman. So only got up for like a minute and it's broken me. Sleep and weak again. This sucks so much. What do you mean? Are you in pain? Surely you've woken up with this chat. If people are trying to go to sleep on this one, that's the wrong one. I'll put you to sleep on the next one though, because I'll do a wee healing at the start if I remember, if people remind me. God, do you know, I was actually wanting to get off at 11 and it's 10:15 now. That ain't happening. I'm probably realistically going to be finishing at 1. If I can finish for 1, that's good. But pain and weak, that's all right. You can vent if you want. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, you're in good company. Right. Talking about all of us, by the way. I wasn't just saying I was good company because that sounds a bit funny, but I am good company. But well, I suppose it depends what day it is. You know. But nah, I think if I'm having a bad day, I think I'm good company because I don't take it out on other people. I'd just be myself. Right. I'm gonna pick one of these. So, Tani, let's do your cards. And Heather, would you like yours today as well? And then I'll just end this and then I'll go on to do Aries. Joy, exactly. Joy. That's what this is about. A wee bit of fun, uplifting chat. Joy and ecstasy flow through me wildly and freely. Yeah. Okay. And what's on the back? Beauty. I'm deeply and profoundly beautiful. Again, I mean, if someone was just tuning in now and I'm saying, I am deeply and profoundly beautiful, the shadow of the Leo sun and the Aries moon would be extremely egotistical. So I think if you were to cut about saying I'm deeply and profoundly beautiful, people could take it the wrong way. But to be honest, it is good to see your own beauty, both outside and inside. But you know what I'm saying, that could be taken the wrong way. Now, what would be good is if somebody else that you want to be saying that to you was saying something like that. But like, yeah, give me more. Come on, give me it. As long as it's genuine. Not some creep at the bar. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's exactly what I needed. A good laugh. This has been so fun. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I always honestly in Leo season, any of the ones really are fun. Well, not any of them, but definitely the Aries moon or like Leo sun, Sag moon. Um, right. So will we do let's do yours tonight. So and thank you for that. And then we'll do Heather's. So is there any sort of themes you want, or do you want me to just pick up whatever cards? Seeing what I'm guided to. Actually, let's use these. Yes, the partner Rohan tells me when he wants something. You can do mine another day. I have an appointment to my iPad. Okay. Okay, well we'll do that. I'm back on Wednesday, so you can get on Wednesday. But just let me know if you want it tonight. Right. I'm just laughing at immaturity. My own immaturity makes me laugh sometimes. Right, okay, so like I always say, I'm like a mature old lady and a immature kid all in one body. Never know what you're gonna get. Right. What have we got for Tini? Tell me something for Tini. Oh, we have message and psychic. So there's some sort of message that you're missing right now, Tini. So I feel your loved one in spirit, love your many loved ones in spirit, which I've had the pleasure of connecting with, or a guide or a power animal or a light being, there's a message that's trying to get through to you that you're missing, because I don't know if you can see that there, but that card says psychic and it's in reverse, and this says message. So what is this message about that Tini might not be tuning into? Yes, that's your Aries moon and Aries rising. That's the childlike energy. Shadow, right? Ooh, so it's getting quite deep. So there's something about shadow, something about some shadow work there that's coming up. That so basically, what I would take from, and then look, that's quite interesting because look at what Brandon was saying in the chat there. Like, I feel all of us could take something from that. Remember, shadow work could just be there's something that you might be running away from that they're wanting you to face. So that could be absolutely anything. So you'll hopefully know what it is, or if you sit and retreat, like the first card said, you might be able to tune into what it is. And again, maybe it's the addiction to the wee sweeties. You know what I mean? How do I know? Probably going to be something more serious than that, but it depends if that is really bothering you. As much as I'm saying, oh, that's fine, and we're joking, but you know what I mean? We can all do that about each other's things, because it bothers me when I get really addicted to YouTube, because I'm like, I'm not even fucking taking in what people are saying. I'm not even enjoying this. This is just stressing me out. Like, especially if I get caught up watching other Twinflame things, like this is just fucking bullshit, man. It's the same shit all the time. And then even when it changes, it's like a wave of the same people saying the same things. And yes, I know I'm one of those people, but I can't help but I know I'm a genuine channel, and that is what's coming through. And this is, like I said, I'm not like really a lot of the other ones you see, and like this is my call. I have to talk to Twinflames. It is a huge, massive part of my calling. But it fucking bores the tits out of me too, and that's why I'm just like, nah. I was quite happy watching the kids' films with my niece last night. You know what I mean? It's like, what did we watch actually? We watched I watched Toy Story 4 with my older one the other week there, and then I watched Toy Story 4 again with her because she hadn't seen it. I loved it. It's really funny. I'll let you see Toy Story 5 now. That's the one at the pictures. Eh? Right. What else for tonight? Guides. Oh my god. Just in case anyone thought of talking shit. Yeah, exactly. Your guides are trying to talk to you. So there's something that you might be running away from. Your guides are trying to get your attention. They want you to tune in, especially in the month of July, which obviously we've just left. They want you to trust what it is you're feeling and sensing. Yeah, Toy Story's hilarious. Again, I do feel it's something about, something coming to an end because we've got that card says death there. It's like something like a karmic cycle that needs to end. Again, is this talking about the raspberry sweets? It was raspberry, said he. Gratitude. But again, focusing on what you're grateful for when things are rough. So like what you were saying about your ex, focusing on gratitude right now is going to like that candle, it's going to get you through the dark. It might just be a little bit of light, but it's going to be a little bit of light that gets you through the dark. And I think they're actually talking about your child, like when I'm saying that. So water, again, being by water could be healing for you. Now I know that you love that place. It is near you. I know that water is what you're connected. I mean, I know water is something I'm really connected to, but you are as well. I think you even said that in the chat, but I know that from when we've spoke. I don't know if you're in a place to go. I said this to you the last time or not long ago. Like I'm feeling like your guides. I feel actually the message might have been that your guides really want to go to that magical place by the water. That place you told me about when we first met. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna read that out. We don't yes. Death meaning the end of a situation. Right, so we've got New Moon, Karmic Path, and Release. Oh, see, look at this. This is getting juicy. I've not used this deck for a while. So on the next new moon, which happens to be the new moon in Leo eclipse on the 12th. I keep saying the 12th. I'm sure it is the 12th. Let me just check that though. Yeah, it is the 12th. So on the Leo new moon eclipse, right? Karmic Path and Release. Pay attention for something that needs to be, like I said, it needs to be the death of something or it needs to be the end of something, but you might not be putting an end to something. Hang on, we're not finished. Time. And it's something that this is interesting. Oh, how annoying. And it seems like that was like could have been like a personal shorts for you. In that one where there's no sound, the first card you'll see is wasting time. It says wasting time and it's got other things about time. And I channeled something like either you feel like someone's wasting your time or someone is causing delays for you with where you want to go next, or there's some sort of time factor, and it could be to do with the fact we're not out the post Mercury retrograde shadow yet. That comes about at the end of this week, though. So, actually, your first card was message. Like messages could, the psychic downloads, the messages could be flooding in, or literal messages, or important emails, or text. That could happen to all of us, where something suddenly moves forward because we're out the shadow of the Mercury retrograde. And like I keep saying to people, if you've got anything to do with love or business, money stuff, you really want to get your fucking ducks in a row and sort your shit out before I think it's October when Venus retrograde and Scorpio comes about, because that's gonna be a shit show. Because Scorpio's like, well, it's sex, but it's also like debt and taxes and money stuff. So I just think that's going to be a bit of a rough ride in all areas. So yeah, because we don't get that all the time. Veiled, yeah, some veiled. You can't see something. Is this making sense to you? There's something you can't see, or you're not getting the message that your guides are trying to give you. But I feel if you go to that healing, if it's not that really special place by the healing water, wait a minute, where's that deck that's called the healing waters? Then it's just go by any water place and you're gonna, it's good for you because you connect with the water so much like me. Like that is where I get a lot of healing as well. And just simply the bath. Like I love the bath. Like the bath heals me. Do you know what I mean? Well, it's probably the Epsom salts in the bath, but like because I always put Epsom salts, lavender, and coconut. I was gonna say cucumber there, but it's like coconut. I'm allergic to that. But coconut oil. But I didn't put the lavender in tonight because I had a bath before, and I'm like, it'll make me sleepy. But I do. But usually, I'd do it the other way around. I would basically when I'm doing these, everything goes by the way. Like I said, the living room will be a complete bomb until I finish these completely. Unless I, find energy to tidy up that beside. I probably will. I'll tidy up that beside me because it stresses me out. But once I finish all of these and I close it down at Libra, and I'll let you know when that is, I'll tidy this and I'll put the cards away and stuff, and then I'll have a month or maybe even 2 months, and then I'll get back to them. Right, so the Libra moon is the last, I think I worked out the last sign live I'm going to do is the 16th. So that'll be the last one of these. And then I will go live again probably that week, but it won't be like these big ones, Well, it might be big, but it won't be like, Aries, Taurus, blah, blah, blah. Because we'll all have had we need a break, and these can manifest. Look, exactly. Look at what did, sorry, that's creepy, guys. Whoever done that, that's fucking creepy. Look, Sanctuary, she's in a fucking bath. What was I just saying? Everything I do is part of it. Privacy and inviolate personal space, respected boundaries, taboos. Also, look at the title. Moon conjunct Saturn right now is about boundaries, and especially because it's in Aries and you're the Aries moon and rising. Even if you definitely, maybe that's what you're not doing. Do you have a bath or are you a shower person? You either need to, create space to have a bath so that you can have that time yourself, or like actually treat it like, a ritual, because that's what it is for me. Like it's a way for me to unwind. Mainly, like I prefer if it's right for my bed, but if it's like days like today where I'm doing this, then before it's fine. But that's a way to calm my nervous system. Oh my fucking god! Wow, yeah, because of the bath thing. But you're definitely needing some time yourself, or like I said, get to that place by water. But so yes, and then I'm going to get you one of these. I haven't had a bath for ages, so that's what it is. I just do shower. Yeah, that. Well, again, it might seem like a boring message, but seriously, that is a thing, and I think that's a message a few people need. It is very healing, Like I've worked with a lot of people where when they've really got that about the bath, it's like because it's a good way to just be comfortable with your own skin and just chill out. And like I've shared loads of times before. I can't remember why. I don't know why. Like I don't know if there must have been something wrong with my bath or some shit like that. But it was a few years ago when I was at my mum and dad's. Maybe I wasn't feeling well. I really don't. But see, if I wasn't feeling well, I'd be in my own house. So I don't know why it was, but for some reason I was there. And my mum was like, "Look, go and have a bath, and but don't take your phone." And I was like, "What?" And she was like, because she was just pointing out that's not switching off. Whereas I'm not going to lie, guys. Most of the time when I do go in the bath, I do take my phone. Do you know what I mean? And I do listen to something. But I try now more so to listen to music than a video or something. But it is good to just not, just be silent. Like just enjoy the silence, especially if you're like a busy mum or dad or um busy anyone, it's just good to just sort of sit with your own thoughts. But a lot of people don't like sitting with their own thoughts. That's why a lot of people don't like meditation. Um, Wait a minute, have I missed quite a lot of what you're saying? Oh, yep, the sea is my totem. Oh, yes, the Promised Lands. The Promised Lands is our sacred healing place. Yes, that's the one I meant. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Could it be relationship? It could be, it's anything that you're resonating with because we're not, you know, it's not ours to know, it's yours, and you don't need to share with us. So just think what comes. Maybe watch this bit again after and see what it resonates with. Makes sense with. I'm still waiting for my payout. I hope it does before then. Not getting the message from the guides. Think because my head has been everywhere. Yeah, but actually, it does sound like you've been a lot of stress with your ex. I always put yes. Epsom salts are amazing. I haven't had a bath. Oh, I read that bit, but I think it could be I'm needing to get my alone time away from the other half. Yeah, totally. Because that's what that card's about, and it's quite interesting because the last time I remember pulling that, that was exactly what the person I pulled it for needed. I think I pulled it either on here or in a personal reading. That's what that card's about. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because you think about it, it said something about violating boundaries. It's like you just need your fucking space. It's all fucking hell, it's you again. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I'm not being funny. Sometimes you, it just depends what, some people, I must have seen that in films or something, sometimes I think it's quite cute if you're having a bath and somebody's coming and talking to you and stuff, but other people would be like, will you fuck off? I see you all the time. I just want some space. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know about you. I don't want to be in a relationship like that. I want to be like, oh yeah, just come in, come and talk to me. Do you know what I mean? I saw you 5 minutes ago, but I already miss you. Um, um, I listen to music when I'm in the shower. Yeah, I love just sitting in silence. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I don't like sitting in silence. I'll do it now and again. I like walking in silence. Like I like walking by the sea. And sometimes I'll actually make my headphones die so that that happens. Um, I just bought new headphones today actually because I'm fed up. I've got two earbuds and I've got one working in each. And now I've actually lost the other one. And so that was always my backup. So I was like, fuck it, I'm getting another pair. So, and then I put them on and one wasn't working, but then it said to reset it to do something and it reset it. So they're really nice color too. Do you know what color they are? They're the color of your thing here, your number 3 thing, Heather. They're like a lilac-y. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I just need my space sometimes, but I don't get it. Well, create it. You need to create the space. Boundaries and light. My light radiates through my life and the world around me. That is your affirmation. And on the back, opening. I am open to receiving the gifts of the universe. And the gift that the universe or God wants to give you is some space. You need some space to breathe. Too many people in your face. So, right, that is your message, my dear. So, Heather, are you sure? Are you sure you don't want your message now? Or are you happy to wait till Wednesday? Because otherwise, I'm going to get off of here and I'll pee because I think that's sensible. I'm going to drink this. Or maybe just hang for a bit, drink this, and then I'll come back and do Aries. Because it's my doggy day tomorrow. So all I need to do is literally roll out my house and get her. And sometimes I'm like, do you want to go? Sometimes I'm really up for going a walk on the beach. And she's like, fuck off. Do you know what I mean? She'll just stop, but it's so embarrassing. Like she just stops and she doesn't walk. And I'm like, fine. So we come back and sometimes we nap and we will be fucking napping tomorrow because I'll be up late doing this. And then, yeah, me and her are just going to watch some Once Upon a Time, I think. And then obviously I'll need to take her out at some point, but she's usually okay because she'll, if she really needs, she would have a wee pee when I take her down and then we'll take her out and then me and all my guys. Yeah, she's so cute. I had her yesterday as well. A wee pal. It's good because it's like I want a dog, but there are a lot of responsibility. But looking after some now and again, because it's not. It might seem like it's a really. I suppose it is kind of regular, but it's not meant to be like the same day every week. It just sometimes lands like that. It's like having a dog, but not with all the responsibility. Um, Thank you, my lovely. I've had a great time with you all. I better get going to work. Yes, enjoy your work. Thank you for being with us. Okay, you need to go and pee. So yeah, I'm not really desperately needing a pee. I'm just gonna do it because I'm gonna be sitting here for a couple hours. So it'd be annoying to have to get up. Although I'm not wearing shorts today, so that's a bonus. I'm wearing my leopard print PJs. Awkward silence. Right, I'm gonna fill that up and I'm going to pee and I will swap the mics. so that we don't have a. I mean, should I? Maybe I should know. I can't be bothered like seeing how long that one holds. In fact, how much battery we've got? Shit. Well, it's going to make much difference. I don't think there's any. Is there any point plugging that in? Just right. I'm going to put the new mic there. There's a new one. That should be fully charged. I don't know whether to put that on there. That's still on. That should still work. So yes, I'm going to finish this. So I will see you soon. I won't be 5 minutes, like 2, 3 minutes, something like that. I just want to be as quick as possible because I'm excited to do this, but I kind of just want to whiz through it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, oh, look, no, you can't fall. You're the card I need to read at the start. Um, right. So if you're joining me, I will be back in, like I said, a few minutes, and we'll do Aries in the first house. So that's all about your body, your taking action, passion, and lots of other things. But your personality. But that's what springs to mind just now, so it can resonate for anyone. So yes, come and join me when I come back, or it'll be a long, boring live for me if you don't. But thank you everyone, because that was fun just chatting. I mean, a lot of the chat that we've had, we've just regurgitated. We spoke about this stuff before, but it's fun. So who gives a fuck? And yes, I'll probably change the title of this after, but it's still Aries moon for most of tomorrow. And it moves into the Taurus moon in the wee hours of Wednesday. So take action with something. It's fired up, you know. Leo and Aries are both about passion. So do something you're passionate about, or at least have fun. And I'll come back and have fun with you in a few minutes. Right. Thank you. Bye.